Okay, perfect. Hello and welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Offensive Charm Podcast, episode 113. I am Alex Stomos. Just call me Jazz. I'm one of your hosts. The other two are here as well. Rada, Bear, say hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Just chock full of enthusiasm, as always, everybody. And of course, we do have our special guest this week because it is a guest week, and I got someone very special to come and hang out with us. You may have seen him around Twitter. This is the one and only MugenLord. Mugen, would you care to introduce yourself a little bit?
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is MugenLord. I've been a YouTuber for about 20 years now. I've been on this platform for a long time. Yeah, I started off as a comedy sketch channel when that was the meta a long time ago when YouTube first started. And then the reason why I'm called MugenLord because I got into and created my channel called MugenLord because I used this game engine called Mugen where you're allowed to create your own fighting games. And that was a hobby that I got into. And yeah, when I say it's fun, you're able to have Sonic fight Mario, Peter Griffin fight the Incredible Hulk. There's all kinds of stuff. Create your own characters, your character select screens and everything. So
I tell you what, man. Tell you what, I still swing by Salty Bet every so often. Just hang out and see what bullshit's going on, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's fun to watch some Salty Bet matches. It really is.
Man. So I essentially started out doing the whole Mugen thing, and then I quickly transitioned over to just covering gaming content after a while. After I graduated from college. And then once the culture war came in, I think that really pivoted my channel. I started covering the culture war content around like 2023. And I gave my opinion about Western studios versus Eastern studios and how they depict women. And it just blew up. Asmund Gold covered it.
There's been some of that recently. You know,
Melanie Mack
past the Summer Games Fest and all that. You know,
Melanie Mack and all of them started covering me, and I just blew up in the algorithm after that. And then the rest has been history. And while I was doing that, I started my own comic book company during lockdowns in 2020, VenusOrionComics, and I released my first comic book called The Varion Killers, Vampire Killers, just last year. And we can get more into that, but. Yeah, so I'm glad to be here, and I'm here right now, and looking forward to see where the show goes.
It's going to be a good time. You know, typically how we do things here is we talk about what we've been up to over the past week, everything we've been playing or watching or reading. People still read sometimes, it's rare, but it happens, right? Or just any other thing of interest that we feel like bringing up. And then we typically get into the news, what's been going on, pop culture in the past week and all that. But since you are here and since you are a special creative guest, I did want to know, and I hope you guys, Rada, Bear, are fine to hear about some VenusOrionComics. I want to know all about that. What exactly your goal is with it. The kind of comics you're making, the characters you're making. Everything that inspired it. Just wrap about it. You have a website, right? I want to bring that up.
VenusOrionComics. VenusOrionComics.com. That's my website. I started VenusOrionComics because, once the lockdowns happened, everybody's in the house and everything. And I got to this point where, in the culture war, I started realizing a lot of entertainment, especially in gaming, especially when it comes to Hollywood and, my favorite TV shows, they start telling, these producers is pretty much saying that, this stuff isn't for me anymore. I'm not their demographic. And what it did was it just pushed me to go back to what I love doing. And that's like creating stories. I've been creating stories ever since I was a kid. I'm a big gamer. I love comic books. I love cartoons. I love anime, and I love RPGs. So I started this. I used to do all that when I was younger, create my own stories. So this was the perfect time during lockdowns, and that's what made me start. So right here, what you see is my first comic book series called Varion Killers, Vampire Killers.
You want me to play the video?
Yeah. The trailer. That's the trailer to the first
trailer real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There we go. I'll get some audio here.
Hey, Wrath. I was able to pinpoint Jasmine Mitchell's location.
Remember the pain and remember the suffering.
What do you mean they're coming after me? I don't get it. How did they find out?
Everyone around you will pay the ultimate price.
I think someone just walked into my apartment.
Jasmine, Get the hell out of there right now.
What are you?
Damn it, kid, I'm on my way.
High-grade silver nitrate bullets. Something your kind doesn't take lightly. Well, am I right, vampire?
What is going
Kid,
on
did
here?
you forget? The
Yeah,
party
dude.
was canceled to avoid a potential police raid. Your friend should already know that.
No fucking way. Is he even human?
doing?
Jasmine, step away from the window right now!
Damn it! Looks like the police are headed in your direction.
No! Wait! Jasmine!
Only then will you become the man I remember. Hezekiah Trippin.
I like the evil laugh out there. There's good.
Yeah. It was one hell of a project. I had hired some voice actors that I met off of Twitter and everything. And,
Okay.
yeah, so I've been working on VenusOrionComics since 2020. I got my LLC in around like 2021, where I realized that I really wanted to take this serious. Like my whole dream was like I would love to create stories and just put it out there and just see where it goes. So I just took that leap of faith and I invested the money that I already have. Now, if you don't know, I'm a 3D hentai animator as well, and
Yeah,
I make a
I
lot.
did.
I make a lot of money off of that. So I took that money and just invested in that to start everything up for VenusOrionComics. So essentially, what I wanted to do is I wanted to create this sheer interconnected universe. And Very On Colors Vampire Killers is one of the first, I guess you would say, comic book series to launch phase 1 of my universe, because there's 7 other comic book series that's going to pretty much introduce other characters. Now, if you go up to the top and go on the website, there's this page called Paragons. So I can give you show you what that is. Yeah, Paragons. And these are some of the characters. I upload it like at least once a month or every other month or whenever I upload a different character, like whatever like that. But the first eight characters that's on the Paragon list, these characters represent different comic book series that's within phase 1. The first eight characters. The bottom are characters that belongs in those series and stuff. These bottom characters, the bottom row, yeah. So the first 8 characters is to kick off the shared universe called the Foundations, the phase 1. And each of these comic book series introduces various different mechanics of my universe that break things down. Now, the good part about it is that you do not have to read all the books, because these stories are self-contained. Yes, there will be crossovers at some point, but phase 1, I wanted to be for readers to be able to just dive in and pick any book they want. So each comic book series doesn't rely on the other series. They run parallel to each other, they nod at each other, but you don't have to jump into the other books. You can just pick a series and just run with it and stuff. And that's a fan favorite. Siona, she's a fan favorite. Her comic book series, I'm definitely writing the script right now, because when I came up with this whole thing, I introduced Very On Colors Vampire Killers first, and I introduced all these other characters, and then everybody saw her and said, "Bro, when that book coming out?" So, because I don't
know, Mr. Mugen. I don't know. I mean, given your female character design, I just don't think it's very flattering. I don't think for a modern audience.
I dealt with that. I dealt with that. No, seriously, I dealt with that, and that was getting kind of annoying. But like I said, these are my creations, so y'all can, that crowd, it doesn't matter. Like if you don't like it, then you can just, just shove off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so
I'm particularly fond of this one. I'll be honest.
Faith Tanaka, and this, when I made my recent video on my VenusOrionComics YouTube channel, called Black Enough, when I was talking about how me being a Black comic book creator, and I also want to put that out here too, is I refer to myself as a creator. I don't really put the tag Black, because that shouldn't matter, my skin color. But the video that itself, I was speaking a specific message and stuff like that. And I had this issue where you have some people within the Black nerd space where they have criticism saying your characters don't look Black, saying like and stuff like that. So I was dealing with that, but I made a whole video about that, and my channel went viral. Like that whole message, it's like 50 something K views on it, and I got so many responses from people. Then out of nowhere, people started buying my book, buying Very On Colors Vampire Killers. But the Japanese audience discovered me, and they really want Faith Tanaka. Her series It's called the 8th Omni District, and they
okay.
really like this character design. And she's a biracial character. She's half black, half Japanese,
Yeah, I can
and her
tell.
outfit, has that samurai shoulder pads and stuff. So I wanted to incorporate that into her outfit.
It's
But she's
good. It's a strong design. I like it. Very much.
So everything has a connection. Like I said, like the story for Variant Colors Vampire Killers take place in this city called Neo-Delphia. Now I'm from Philadelphia, so I wanted to bring
Doesn't sound suspicious at all. You know?
No. Because okay, no. I know I love it, but I hate it because when you said it, I immediately what came to my mind instantaneously. I think you already know what I'm about to say. You're not about to say I'm going to say Neo Yokio. Okay.
So
dude, I still remember back, like, because we were talking about Neo Yokio on the podcast for whatever the fuck reason, and I was showing these guys some clips from it for the first time, and we were all just losing our fucking minds because you don't deserve this big Toblerone.
Was that what you're talking about?
Oh fuck! Yes. Neo Yokio was because that was oh god, what was it? Jaden Smith's thing. Will Smith's son. Yeah. He wanted to make like an anime, and that's what they ended up making.
I blocked that out of my mind for obvious reasons.
Listen, that shit. It is not a good show, but it is comedy gold. It really.
It's good for memes.
It is. It's so good for me. Holy shit. Also, you were talking a moment ago about how you've had some detractors given your character designs and also given your I suppose supposed lack of blackness. Let me ask you this, MugenLord: have you perhaps heard the term hoodweebs spoken in these circles before?
It was last year when I first heard the term hoodweebs on Twitter. I'm like, well, like that's a real thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I think there's some merit to it. To be honest, I'll be real with you. I think hoodweeb. I think there's some merit to that term.
Yeah, no, I believe so too. Because like I said, growing up, next year I'll be 40 next year. So I've been around. I've been around a long time. I remember growing up, especially being into the whole nerd culture, being into comic books, anime, and stuff. And if you were especially black and you living in your community, in your space, man, you got clowned if you like Star Wars. You got you was getting bullied, but they wasn't going to put their hands on me. I ain't allowing that stuff. But they would say things. They would say things. They would try to bully you and stuff like that. And that's why I believe where the whole hoodweed thing comes in, is because once it got popular, once the hood dudes started liking Dragon Ball Z, then it became acceptable. Now all the chicks start wanting to watch it and stuff like that. When I've been watching it, and people like me been watching it for years, so now they're watching it. Now it's acceptable. It's cool to like Spider-Man. It's cool to like Star Wars. It's cool to love those things, but they don't have the passion, like how we had the passion. It's still surface level.
The worst thing, the one that always gets me, is the people who try to say, man, you never got bullied for liking anime. You never got bullied for liking video games. I'm like, revisionist history? Is that we're doing that in nerd shit too? Really?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's definitely revisionist. I remember
I got memories too, for sure.
Yeah, dude. I remember I was in high school and our substitute teacher came in. I was in like 10th grade. So when we have our substitute, we know that we're gonna be doing shit in class. Like it's gonna be like a movie day. So our substitute teacher comes in and said, "Listen, like there's two movies. DVD. We ain't had no DVD player. We had the VHS. Tape. Yeah. So he comes in and said, "Y'all got two movies, and you guys can vote on which y'all want to watch." So the first movie pulled out is Friday. Now I love me some Friday. I love me some. Wait.
I'm sorry. We're talking about Ice Cube Friday.
Yeah, Ice Cube Friday.
He's gonna let you watch that in class.
He's gonna let's watch that in class. Yeah, he had Friday. He had Friday.
It's a different time, Chad.
He pulled out. Then he pulled out Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and my eyes had glue up when he bought that out. And I remember when he bought it out, it got real quiet in the class, not paying attention. I see everybody whispering, all the girls whispering, saying,
like
here you go, watch him. They saw me get excited because they know that I like that shit. And
Mhm.
so he said Star Wars, I rose my hand. Everybody started laughing at me in the class. And of course, no one wanted to watch Star Wars, so you ended up watching Friday instead. But I remember that clear as day. I got laughed so hard at because they knew that as soon as I saw Star Wars, that's what I wanted to watch and stuff like that. But yeah, man. So I understand the whole hood weeb thing. I really understand that terminology. I really do.
Absolutely, man. It's just it's still crazy to me because like we kind of started talking a little more, you and I, about like the whole, because you were it was around the time you were talking about like a couple weeks back about the whole like, you know, being accused of not making your characters black enough and all that shit, right? And we started talking a little bit more on Twitter because of that. And it's like, but like, I get it. I've seen it so many times at this point, but it still just kind of blows my mind where it's like people can look at some shit that you made, and especially in your case, because like you're making an original thing, and they're telling you that the characters that you made from scratch somehow aren't black enough, as if there was supposed to be like some kind of fucking like template that you were supposed to follow in terms of making a black character. Like, because I believe like the thing that came up was the new character you made, the scientist, super hot scientist lady.
Dr. Yolanda Briggs,
yeah, that whole thing. Which I don't know if you have any pictures of her on the website.
I have a trailer of her on my VenusOrionComics YouTube channel. I just posted that. So you can go check that out too.
Yeah, just to give like chat a visual as to what we're actually talking about. Grab that real quick.
I just posted her up not too long ago, so you can go on the VenusOrionComics YouTube. But yeah, that was ridiculous, bro. That entire argument. It blew my mind. It baffled me so much. God, so y'all can't believe I have to go through this. I'm the creator of this, and they trying to tell me what's not black and what is.
So
it baffled me.
So as a white person, I have to say I'm an expert on this subject. And I have to say that, I mean, the black experience is a monolith. I mean, it's one thing. Everyone's gone through it. That's how you know you're black. It's not the skin color.
Yeah, that's her. That's her right there. She has her own trailer. She did a good job voicing her. She did the voice work for her. She's the official voice for her.
And that whole story is crazy too, like the voice acting thing you were talking about.
I talked about the whole voice acting thing. And this character gave me a lot of trouble. I didn't expect this. I said, I got a beautiful black woman, and people love their waifus. I said, like this is a chocolate waifu right here. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm gonna post her. And I'm expecting some real positive responses. Now, don't get me wrong, I did get some positive responses, but I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be like, I didn't expect backlash though. Like I did not expect backlash coming from this character. But leading up to the reveal of the character, I was doing promotional material to try to set everything up for Chapter 2 of Very Colors Vampire Killers, and I started looking for voice actors for all my characters for Chapter 2. So when I did the casting call, I had a separate list for the male characters, and yes, male dudes. I had to split it up, males. For the voice of the male characters, and then I had the female list of female characters and stuff like that. So,
by the way, let me know when the casting call for Chapter 3 comes out, because I'm trying to get into voice acting.
Oh yeah. Well, that casting call was for Chapter 2, but I still have other characters I didn't still do yet. So I have more auditions coming. This was just for the first set.
Let me know, dude.
And everybody, I'll put this out there. If you're interested in doing voice work, you don't have to be a professional. Just have a good microphone quality. And just, if you can sound like the character, if you meet those requirements of what I'm looking for the character, that's good. That's good enough for me. And besides, like I said,
people keep telling me I should give it a try, right? And it's like I
everybody
feel like I got a good vocal quality, and I can sing. So if you need a singer at some point, I can help you.
Yeah, one of my subscribers is not even a voice actor, and he got the role for one of my other characters in Very Colors Vampire Killers when I did the audition for the second batch and stuff. So he had the voice. I was like, and he sounded really, really good. So I was like, no, good damn job. So yeah, he got the role. And also, dude, like the scripts are small, but I make sure to at least pay. I do pay. It may not be much because the scripts are very small.
I do it for free. I do it for fun
and stuff like that. But I always want to put that out there. I do pay. I do pay. So I do put that out there. So so yeah, I went to put it out there, and so the ladies went to go pick out the characters, but none of the female voice actresses would not touch Yolanda Briggs at all. Like every female went to audition, they would not touch her. I started getting frustrated because, like I said, I hope we're not at the point where this race-based voice casting, because that was also starting to become a thing too. Like if you're not, if you're black, you should voice a black character. White people shouldn't voice black characters, and that was a thing. That was a thing that was going on. I said, I hope that's not the case. That these voice actresses don't want to touch her because they're not black or whatever like that. I hope that's not the case. So it delayed my promotional work because I needed her to be the first character to go out there to set all this up, and no one is gravitating towards her. But at the last minute, a sister came in and she said, "Yeah, I like to do the voice." I was like, "Oh, thank God! Like we got somebody." So yeah, so Shima, she did the voice work and she did it. She did a good job. So that's how it ended up working out.
I'll never understand that, right? Because like I grew up like I'm sure all of you guys did with a bunch of cartoon characters who were voiced by like people I wouldn't have even expected, right? Like obviously one of the big ones is Samurai Jack, who's voiced by a black dude, right? And there's like a whole list of like all characters who were voiced by all kinds of other, like people who didn't match their skin tone, right? Apu was obviously that big one, and fuck Eddie Shankar for how he fucked all that up, and there's Cleveland from Family Guy, who's like one of my favorite characters in the show, who was a white dude, right? And I don't know if you want to bring up fucking Piccolo because black people love to claim him, but he's voiced by fucking Chris Sabat, who's a white dude. So I don't know what they're fucking on with that shit, but yeah, it's just like I'll never understand this whole thing where it's like, oh, you need to limit like a character to like an actual voice actor that matches them in some like superficial way, whether it's skin color or like a disability. You gotta find a voice actor in a wheelchair for a character who's in a wheelchair, some goofy shit like that, right? But it's like, man, I've been told my whole life how fucking white I sound, especially by like other black kids, right? Like we were going back to the high school shit and like how not being black enough, this, that, and the other, right? Like you hear the way I sound, right? You hear the way I speak, you hear my particular vernacular, right? I don't necessarily sound stereotypically black, right? But I am black. But people are like surprised, like when they've known me through like Discord or something. We've only ever talked through like voice comms or whatever, and then they see like a picture and he's like, "You're black? What? You're black?" I'm like,
I'm still surprised every episode.
I am too.
But you get the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I get it.
It just doesn't make any sense. Like, because if somebody wanted to voice me in an anime, like if I was in an animated thing, and somebody wanted to voice me, if you find a white guy, use it because it would still work. Because apparently I sound like a white guy. Like, I don't know. Throw my hands up in frustration on this shit, man. What do I even say here at this point? That'd be interesting. I'd go for that. Oh fuck. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's a whole stupid thing, and it sucks that happened. I'm glad things worked out in the end.
It definitely worked out. Definitely worked out, man. I got so many supporters, man, and every day, man, I'm packaging comic books for chapter 1. That's the only book I have out so far. It's chapter 1 of Varian Keller's Vampire Killers. But ever since I did that video, man, I have so many supporters, and they're still coming in. And every day I'm waking up, packing books and going down to the post office to ship the books off to a lot of my readers and everything. So I thank God I feel blessed.
You do physical, but you do digital too, or not?
Yeah, digital's on the website. Okay. You go to the store, you go to the shop. Yeah, matter of fact, go to the shop, and I'll show you that too. The digital's $5. You want to give it a try? It's $5.
I have to check. I think my husband has a couple. Yeah, or has the book, whatever. Sorry.
Yeah, and the physical, is 16. And then of course you gotta cover the shipping and stuff like that.
You're actually charging less for the digital version? That's crazy. I've never seen that.
Yeah,
I've never seen people do that.
Yeah, the digital it's easy access because I know like people overseas. I started getting Japanese buyers like customers and stuff, and they went straight for the digital. It's cheaper because trying to ship it to international, that shit is expensive. Expensive.
No, I'm taking the piss because like I always think of like that whole thing where everybody was all excited when like digital gaming started being a thing. It's like, oh, now we can get like digital copies and it'll be cheaper. Fuck no, they won't.
That still confuses me, bro. That still confuses me. That makes no sense. So I also got some merch. Got got Varian.
You're the model for the shirt. All right, cool.
Yeah. Because my brother, we do everything in house. Like my brothers, we got our own custom T-shirt business. So They create all my merchandise. We do merchandise for streamers, YouTubers. We do it for businesses. It's a couple people. Leon from
Words of Paradise.
Words of Paradise. We did his
Leon's
merch
cool.
and stuff like that. We've done a lot of merch for people and stuff. So yeah, you can go to my Strike KOTs. I'll send a link to that if y'all guys are interested and you want to get custom stuff done for your brand and stuff. We can do that for you. We've been doing it for like 6 years now.
Nice.
And stuff like that.
I'm gonna take you up on that because a friend of mine, like we've been talking about like our little friend group of VTubers, content creators. We're trying to put together like a thing, and we're trying to look into merchandising. So
we do it all.
I'll be in touch with you about that.
We do mouse pad. We do mouse pads. We do wallets. We do tumblers. This is one of the mouse pads right here. Hezekiah Draven, my character. So I got a mouse pad. You get it, and when you click on, you got the different brothers, the Draven brothers. You got Varian Keller himself, as a mouse pad, as well.
These are cool.
We do hoodies, we do sweatpants, we do leggings because we had the Varian Keller's Vampire Kills. I haven't put it on the website though yet. I haven't put it up on the website, but during the campaigns,
coming soon.
Yeah. I'm gonna do all that because during the campaigns, I had hoodies available. People got hoodies. Some of the ladies, they got leggings. They had the Varian Keller's Vampire Killers words on the side.
I will say I notice at the moment that all the character merch seems to be all the male characters, and I feel like this is a bit of a rookie move, man. You got to get some of the female. You got to get some of your baddies up on some merch, man. That's how you sell some shit. I'm just saying.
Because chapter 2 is when all the baddies start coming in. Yeah, so when chapter 2 campaign, Dr. Yolanda Briggs, Ki-Young Soon, she's one of my third echelon agents. She's gonna have her own Detective Bertelli. She's gonna have her mugs and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of other characters.
All right. And then the summer, the summer swimsuit variants come out.
Yeah. Well, I have a lingerie themed digital wallpaper with Dr. Yolanda Briggs and Ki-Young in lingerie laying on the bed together. I got that. I had that one that's cooking up. That's gonna be with campaign number 2. So I got stuff cooking. I got stuff cooking up. That's all being prepared for chapter 2, and everything. But yeah, I got if you go back up to the top to the VenusOrionComics and just click on VenusOrionComics itself. Yeah, just click on it and take you to the home page right here. And these are my other characters. These are my other characters. Yeah, these are my other characters right here in the shared universe that I have. The great the nation's avatar, the Great Samaritan in the front. Then of course you got Hezekiah Draven, you got Siona, they got the red haired
robot guy.
Neo Suit Johnny. Yeah, it's a kid underneath this, underneath the suit. You got Princess Adex and you got the Valorian in the background. But yeah, if you go at the bottom, I also have like a promo trailer at the very bottom that show off. Right there, that shows off some of the other characters and stuff like that and things. Yeah, so as a creator, man, I'm just I'm excited because I can't wait to show off a lot of the stuff that I have cooking. But all this stuff take time and it costs a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, and I think my artist Jessica, she's from the Philippines. She does all my artwork. We have a good business relationship with each other since 2020, man. Like that woman, she's been really good to me, man. And we look out for each other, and our communication is just so phenomenal. And I give her a creative freedoms because when I write my scripts, just because I write them out doesn't mean it translate well on paper. And since I give her that creative freedom, and she makes it work. She'll add an extra panel to bring out the point that I'm trying to make in the script and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, I didn't think of that. I said, that's a good woman. You did a good damn job with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she's done some incredible work, and we have a whole lot more in store. And eventually, she can't do it all herself. So I'll be looking for other artists to work on the other books, because once I lock an artist in for a comic series, they are the official artists for that comic. So that's them. Like, it's to keep everything consistent and stuff like that with that comic book. And she set the standard in the bar. So when I look for artists, they got to be on Jessica level or higher or better than her. Like, it can't be any less than that. when it comes to the artwork and stuff like that. And she set the real tone for VenusOrionComics. I wanted to go for more of a mixture of anime and Western animation with the designs and stuff like that. So, because I grew up, with my with Western cartoons,
a little bit of both, yeah,
a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying? Anime took over the rest of my life, but when I was younger, it was a lot of Western cartoons that I grew up with. And my dad, he's an avid comic reader, so I read comics from Marvel and DC and stuff like that. But damn. My first anime that was introduced to me was Ninja Scroll. My dad, I was watching at 8 years old. My dad was like,
really?
Yeah, my dad introduced to me
at
8. Dad said, son, I think you're ready.
Wild. That's fucking nuts.
My dad like, son, I think you're ready. So he sat me down.
Ninja Scroll at 8 years old?
Yeah, he sat me down. I watched. Yeah, he sat me down. I watched it with him. My eyes was just wide open, mouth out, because I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I'm looking at my dad like, Dad, is cartoons allowed to do this? Like, I didn't think cartoons can be like this. Like it just took me to a whole world, with anime and stuff. And then I just been addicted to anime, got into Dragon Ball, Akira, and all that type of stuff at that young age and everything. So yeah, man. So anime took over the rest of my life after that, especially when Toonami came. And Toonami, like back then and stuff, like coming home after school watching Toonami and stuff. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff
and some of the stuff that was on Adult Swim, right? Like anime in there too.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of this stuff inspired, VenusOrionComics, anime, manga, and video games in Marvel and DC. A lot of this stuff came together. So when I created this universe, Orioncolor's Vampire Killers was the only series I had in mind. Because I wanted to be a game developer. And I still want to make games. Like, this is just the first stepping stone. I'm going to start. I want to open an indie game studio, Venus Orion Games, next. But the comics is the first step. And I thought that I'll start with a comic first, build the IP, and then eventually evolve, go up to video games, and then start bringing that stuff over to video games. So OrionColor's Vampire Killers was the first idea. But as I started creating OrionColor's Vampire Killers, and I created Neo-Delphia, which is the location of where OrionColor's Vampire Killers take place. It's a dystopian city. Yeah, it's a dystopian city where, in my universe of VenusOrionComics, Neo-Delphia or America itself has pretty much split up and became two different nations. You have the Freedom States of America and you have the Guardian States of America, because the Civil War happened 100 years ago. Before the events of all this stuff that take place in my comics and stuff, and which I won't spoil what that Civil War was, because the Great Samaritans book is more of that political type of book that's going to explain some of that stuff. But after that war, the nations pretty much, they came to like some type of a treaty. They broke off. Now they have two different nations that got their own flags and stuff like that, the Freedom State flag and the Guardian State flag. But the Guardian States have these things called Neo Cities, and Neo Industries is the corporation that came in with the Guardian State government to help revitalize Philadelphia. The other Neo City is Neo York City, because New York got decimated during that war. Then you have Neo Washington and Neo San Fran. So they are They are part of the first initiatives for the Neo cities and everything. And that's why you see Neo Suit Johnny. He's the grandson of the Neo Industries head and stuff like that. And that's the Neo suit that he's wearing. And that's a whole nother thing. So when you get his comic, it's going to break down, Neo Industries and cyber edge technology and stuff. So you'll get a bit of everything when it comes to that. But as I started building that, I was like, I came up with Neo Suit Johnny as I started building Neo-Delphia. But I said, this stuff had nothing to do with vampires. So I'm like, damn. So I started coming up with all these different characters. I said, now I'm stressing out, because what I'm going to do with these characters, it has nothing to do with vampires. Then I said, if Marvel and DC, if Marvel got the Incredible Hulk, got Avenged, got Iron Man, Captain America,
Blade's hanging out too, right? So it's you can make it work.
Yeah, I could make it work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So that's essentially the whole idea of all this, and I want to expand this, and I want this to become something real big, man. Because I want to get into gaming. I want these characters to appear in games. Like fighting games, the action RPGs, the adventure games, character action games. I want to do it all.
Character action needs to be great.
Yeah. I want to do those things, and my biggest dream is I want to do crossovers, like VenusOrionComics versus Capcom and stuff like that. I want, or VenusOrionComics versus Marvel or something like that. I want to do shit like that. That's my biggest dream. So that's all I want to do, and I'm putting God for everything.
Dream big.
Yeah. I'm putting God before everything. I got my support of my parents, my siblings, and my daughter has faith in me, and I'm gonna just see where this go, man. I'm gonna definitely see where this go.
Good shit, man.
Yep,
I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear it. And I'm definitely going to be grabbing when I do it right now, but then like my info would be on stream.
Yeah.
So let me wait until after stream. I'm gonna grab my because I meant to do it anyway, but I'm doing a bunch.
It's all good. It's all good
in real life right now. But I'm just keep this tab open for later. So I can come back here and grab that first issue and I'm gonna see what's going on. Check it out, man, because it looks cool. It looks interesting, and I'm down to just get involved in this universe. Yeah, mostly because what's her name? Yeah, baddie with the abs. I'm down with her very much so. Right? Listen. Sometimes all it takes. I'm telling you. Sometimes all it takes, and I made the tweet about this not too long ago. All it takes, one cute girl to get people to look in the direction of the shit you're making and get you some groundswell. Sometimes it's all it takes. All right. And some people aren't willing to do even that, but that's neither here nor there, I suppose. I mean, we might end up talking about it a little bit when we go over to Xbox and the specific studios that are having problems, but well, again, for now, we'll take it back to the weeks, I suppose. I mean, because has it been like about an hour now? I don't know. How about everybody talk about like one thing they did this week? One thing.
Oh no!
And then we'll move on to the news. So we can keep it short. One thing per person. So, in fact, Mugen, if you, I don't know if you're like already tired of talking, but if you want to maybe talk about anything you've been up to this week, any one thing, games played, movies watched, anything.
No, dude, I haven't touched my consoles since January. I've just been busy. Just VenusOrionComics. And of course, I have a big 3D hentai audience, so I have to keep them, keep them occupied and stuff. So just 3D animation and VenusOrionComics. Like I got a Switch 2 and my Xbox and stuff just sitting there. I haven't touched that damn thing. I pre-ordered Star Fox, that's coming out, the remake for the Switch 2. So hopefully they'll get me back in.
The house that 3D titties built, bro.
Yeah. But yes, definitely, man. Like I never imagined myself even doing that. It all started while I was in college, And,
I mean, listen. I'm not even trying to like throw shade on it or anything because we know.
No, I understand. No.
They drew some stuff before people like knew who they were, right? So
yeah. It opened the doorway for this. Something I really want to do is this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So look, I thank God for it and stuff, but I still gotta keep that audience, occupied and give them the content that they like and stuff like that. But if it was left to me, I would do VenusOrionComics. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get back.
Maybe the day will come when you can.
Yeah.
Keep working on it, and
yeah, man. I love it. But right now, man, I'm trying to play some fucking games, man. I want to play some games, but I'm like, damn, I'm just so hooked to what I'm doing right now, and like I said, like it's been a blessing with the content that I've been putting out for VenusOrionComics, and they've been keeping me busy packing books and stuff like that. This is my dream. I always wanted to do this, but I definitely want to get back in some gaming because I got to finish Stellar Blade. I had Stellar Blade since launch. And still haven't beaten it yet.
And now you're on a time limit, right? Because we know a new one's coming.
Yeah. That's what I was like, yo, I'm getting this. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't even beat this. I didn't beat the other one. I better beat this now and everything. But yes, I guess I'll be playing games when the Star Fox come out, next week? So yeah, that's what I'll probably be doing.
I mean, I'm still kind of iffy on those new designs. Plus, I don't even have a Switch 2 right now. I've told everybody, and I'll say it one more time for the record. I will not break on the Switch 2 unless they announce a new Smash. Then I will break instantly. I will shatter in a moment if they announce a new Smash. But that's pretty much all that's going to sell me on the console at this point.
Just a matter of time.
Like, because they even announced a goddamn Ocarina of Time remake, and I'm just like,
oh, I can't wait for that. I definitely can't wait to see how that's going to turn out.
I'm curious. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And, a lot of people have been, real interested in specific character designs in there, and if they're going to turn out okay.
I saw.
The new remake version. I mean, I was going to say like the Gerudo in like what's it called? Like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. They look fine. So they're probably just going to end up going something along those lines, I would think.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So that's the only thing I'm looking forward to is Star Fox for right now, and to get my feet wet again and get back into everything. But I got a whole backlog I gotta finish, especially my Switch 1 collection is just dude. I still got Octopath Traveler 1. I bought that on launch day on Switch and still in plastic.
I got
Bravely Default 2 That I got that during launch for Switch, for the first Switch, and that's still in the plastic. So when I bought a Switch 2, I said, man, I could play my entire backlog on this Switch 2, plus play some Switch 2 games. I got Dunk on Bonanza. Still haven't opened that. I bought that at launch. Still haven't opened that either.
Yeah, so Switch 2 does have backwards compatibility with Switch 1 games. I remember that was a bit of like a
they gave you a list of games that had issues, and most of those games was games I never heard of. They no one cares about. I don't know what this game is, but like most of the popular games, they can run them. Yeah, so that's why I'm running.
Anything first party is probably fine. So
yeah. So I was like, cool, but they do the definitive updates where you get not only the 60 frames per second and better performance and textures and stuff, they also add in some extra little goodies, to that game. So
and you even get to pay $60 for the game again.
Yeah, I know. Or if you already got the game, you get you upgrade for whatever the price is to upgrade. It's not the full price, but
I think I saw it was like $40 or some shit.
And then some of them
it's still too much for an upgrade pack. It's bullshit.
and then some of them are free. It depends. It just depends. That's the only thing I don't like with Nintendo. It's like you can't really gauge how they gauge this, what's going to be free and why this costs this much. That's the thing that's confusing with Nintendo when it comes to that, the pricing.
I don't know. I don't think I just think they're just being gready, but I mean that plays a part of it. I've always had a love-hate with Nintendo. The last decade or so. There was a time when we were much cooler than we are now, but I mean, things change. But yeah, all right. So I guess not much to share then on your end, and that's perfectly fine because you've shared quite a bit already. But Bear, Rada, you guys been up to anything? Any one thing?
What have you been doing, Bear?
Oh no, Rada.
I started first.
Lady type things first.
No. I started speaking first. Thus, it's your turn.
Every time
it was me. I'm just saying. All right. Yeah, I played a demo for a new game that I saw.
What's up? What you got?
Slay Blade.
That's a name. That's like a movie from the 80s or a game from the 90s.
Well, it is going to be a hit of nostalgia because it is a Beyblade sort of game.
Oh, yeah. Is this the one that King sent us the trailer for? King's the guy who does our thumbnails.
Maybe. Yes, it is.
I'm Slay Blade. I got confused for a second because I'm looking at the. Hang on, I was looking at the. I guess this is their studio thing, and I thought I was looking at the screen that comes on when you turn on a DS. Way back. So I got really confused. Wait, is this an official Nintendo thing? What the fuck?
Yeah, because I didn't even see the E there. I just see the DS.
Yeah, it's got that sort of feel to it. I will say one of my complaints just right off the bat is that the game is very mobile oriented. Almost everything looks like it's designed more with touch controls in mind. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. The game's very simple. It is as it looks like a Beyblade roguelite. Yeah, thanks. I know you love that.
Seriously, another fucking roguelike.
Yeah.
So
kind of why I had to do
you can use a little bit of context here. So we were going over a bunch of the shows from the Summer Games Fest and the shit surrounding it, and Rada was just lamenting the sheer amount of roguelikes and roguelites that were shown. It became a bit of a meme during that episode. So yeah, her hatred of the genre at this point.
It may be a meme, but the hatred is real.
It hurts her, and that's I take joy in that. The game is simple, and there's no way to get around that. The game is very, very simple. All you really do as far as a battle is concerned, you kind of can direct the direction your blade's going to go. You try to hit the other blade in a way that's advantageous to you. How that works out, I don't know. I wasn't able to figure that out. Sometimes it worked for me, sometimes it worked against me. You have 3 different set of parts that you can work on: your header, your tip, and your body. Each one of those has their own special ability. During the match, a little power cube will pop up. If you catch it, then it activates all the special abilities for the pieces you have. Some of those abilities are incredible, they'll just reset your Beyblade to max spin. or they'll outright fucking nuke the enemy Beyblade, and you win. There, you just
wait. Okay, hang on. I'm confused. Like this right here, because I saw this in the trailer a little bit. Are you doing like a fucking job where you're like just mowing someone's lawn with a Beyblade?
Yes. You have every time you play, it's set up into three times a day: morning, noon, night. During any of those times, you have various things. There's almost always 2 battles available with varying amounts of money and experience that you can get. There's also mowing the lawn.
We're doing money matches on Beyblades, all right?
Yes, which just gives you money and experience. During the night, there's illegal battles that you can do. Yeah.
The fucking concept of illegal Beyblade battling just really gets me. Holy shit!
And there's 2 kinds of illegal battles. One, they'll throw like bombs around the arena everywhere, and it's like, all right, well, don't touch the fucking bombs. The other one is they'll come at you with a roided up Beyblade player. I mean that.
The Bay Black Market or some shit.
The Bay Black Market. Oh, I gotta write that one down. But it's just very shallow. I went through the game a total of 3 times. It took me half an hour. Each run was about 10 minutes.
This is a demo.
The demo is short in that regard. Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's just the demo. The demo is short in those regards, but you can tell pretty quickly that there's just. It feels more like a proof of concept, and like I was explaining earlier, there are powers that you get with the various heads, bodies, blah blah blah. After the first win or so that you go through, or the first time you go through the game, you get a nuke head for free, and you just get to start with it from now on. And that is, it just instantly destroys your opponent. You have to like collect 2 boxes to get it to work, 2 power-up boxes, but it pretty much turns everything into all right, I'm gonna play bitch for 30 seconds until both of it spawn twice and I win. So it turns what is already like I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of easy. It was kind of easy to win into a really baby's first time at playing a video game. The other part is like all of the pieces have stats on it, and you can kind of see it when they're going over them, but they don't have meaningful stats. Like the stat will say has less spin, has more spin. What does that fucking mean?
Spins less than the other?
But 2 or 3 of them can have more spin, and it doesn't. And each one will be different because they don't tell you any numbers.
You're just supposed to guess.
Yes.
So it's hard to understand what like the tangible benefit is to some of the upgrade stats that you're getting. Is essentially what I'm hearing.
Yep. And then some of the powers that some of these pieces have can vary so widely in value that it's silly. Again, I get the idea. It's like, all right, well, you have 60 potential customizable pieces, but right now there's probably like 3 that are totally worth doing it, and everything else is just different shades of, do I want to extend how long the match is or no? Can't recommend it at this time. I don't know what they're going to do as far as actual prices go. The demo just doesn't do it for me. Not a lot of anything in it, and it worries me because they're talking about the demo. The demo's got half the playable parts in it, which means I've now seen half the playable parts in about 3 runs. And all of that progress is supposed to carry over into the full game, which tells me that there isn't going to be much of a game. If this ends up being like a $5 sort of deal, maybe I might suggest it at that point. But it'd be more like, hey, if this was $5 and you could get it on your phone, then it'd be like, sure, it'd be a time killer, it'd be nifty. But as like a legit sit down and play on your PC Steam game, no, I don't think this is. I don't think this is it.
You know, it would be interesting thinking about like what would it be like if there was some sort of like indie infrastructure for phone games, right? The way there is for like Steam. Because at the moment, I don't believe that's like a thing you can really. I mean, I guess like people can put pretty simple like cell phone games on like the Apple Store without really all that much fuss, like not that much difficulty. Because I think it should like Angry Bird back in the day, right? And it's like that just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think it had like a giant publisher behind it or anything like that. And like there's like shit tons of little games like that usually just ripping off something bigger, more popular. But
So as far as I'm aware, the closest we have to that currently is itch.io. And that's actually just
available on your
for a
phone?
ton of indie shit. I believe it does have some mobile games. It's not a focus. But I do believe they do hold some mobile games. So
interesting. Oh, all right.
But more like a Steam sort of situation for mobile games, like an indie Steam for mobile. Yeah, that could be cool. I mean, I'm still sitting on a phone where I can't play any games. It's too old. But for those of you who have games or phones that can play games, that'd be cool.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe that's something Steam would be willing to look into at some point.
That does seem to be kind of a direction.
I would imagine though that most of their manpower and thought is going into the Steam OS and the fucking Steam machine. So I can imagine phone stuff would be after all that shit is settled, which I mean maybe soon, for all we know. But
yes, and I think there are problems when it comes to then being okay with like the Apple Store or like the Android shop. Like you kind of have to be okay with them. Yeah,
and we know that Steam ends up butting heads with a lot of those other guys quite a bit.
Well, their rules on ads alone would cause problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I suppose is what it is. But yeah, so not much else to say about the Beyblade game though, as is.
Nope. That's it. Go ahead, Rada. Regale
what you got, Rada? What you been up to?
So this week I got into the play test for a game that we saw in I saw. I don't know if we ever talked about it because it was actually one of the ones I was interested in one of the shows over the previous week called The Lift.
Oh, we did talk about it because that's the one where it's like weird Eldritch bullshit and you're like a lift mechanic, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we looked at the trailer for this. It looked cool.
Yeah, that one. I got so they opened the playtest this last week, and I went ahead and got in. The depressing part is that there's only 3 hours of gameplay. Which
is a playtest, so
leaves me very sad because I finished all 3 hours, and now I would like to play more.
It did its job then.
It did its job. It did its job, and it makes me angry at the same time. These are not two things that are mutually exclusive. But it's a cute little game. I can see where they're potentially maybe going to have a problem down the road because you get a piece of paperwork that you can pick up and it has some pronouns on it, and we all know how people get so happy about that. Personally, despite that, I don't really give a fuck. The gameplay was really fun. The story in itself was actually it was very cutesy existential horror, which we all know is kind of right up my alley.
Yeah. I mean, as far as all that shit goes with like all the pronouns and whatnot, I do like to observe one of Asmon's older quotes where it's like that all that pronoun shit can't make a good game bad, but it will make a bad game worse.
Yeah.
So it's that sort of thing. So if it's a good game, then
it was one thing on a piece of paper, but at the same time, I've been around here long enough to know that for some people, that is the only thing that is going to matter.
Yes.
And which is silly, but it is what it is. But yeah, so it is missing its voice acting at this point in time. So none of the characters are really voiced, but you can tell when they finally get those pieces in that it is going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a game that I will finish off and be pissed off because there's no more game unless they include some kind of endless loop. And then I will be happy for at least a month. And then after that month, who knows? But, definitely enjoyed my time. So you start, it starts you off in an elevator, believe it or not. where you're getting your orientation, and they're talking and things will happen as they say things, and then you'll fix, like you have to fix the light bulb in the roof, and then you have to open a panel and fix the things and fix the wiring in the panel, and then you move on. It gets to the ground floor and they're talking about how was the thing. This is our trial test of it, and you get something I never really used, which was it's called a bug. It's like your interface for everything that you're doing. I never really used it, but you did that. Then you went and you start the game as the replacement repairman. So you go into stasis to sleep until the main repairman needs you. Well, you're woken up in the middle. You have to wake up. You repair your own cryogenic sleep chamber. You come out of your cryogenic sleep chamber to find the entire world around you has been screwed up, as you can see from the trailer there. But yeah, and then you go on from there, starting to repair things and trying to figure out what's going on. There's this kind of weird thing that's going on where you have people who flew into the station that you're on, and they can't see anybody but you on the station. But so far I've run into at least 2 people, and every time you try to talk to the people who've come in to perform whatever maintenance on the station, since it had been uncommunicative for, it says, like 999,000 cycles.
Okay, so there's just some weird Eldritch bullshit going on.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out. You got to get to the bottom of what's causing it. Is it just the black goo? Like, what is the deal with the black goo?
We don't really know yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the black goo. We don't know what the black goo is. It might be part of something called the rot, but you have the black goo, and then you also have like roots and tendrils everywhere. So it's a whole bunch of stuff that until I get more game, I don't know. But I would very much like them to hurry up and give me more fucking game. Unfortunately, it doesn't release until 2027, so I'm going to be waiting a while, which means I need something to occupy myself in the meantime.
There's always more games to play, right? You just gotta be willing to find them. And now is a good time, right? Because we know that the Steam Next Fest has started, so there's a lot of different demos and all kinds of shit that they're showing off on the front page.
I do plan to be playing some demos myself. So
there you go. Yeah, Next Fest got plenty for you. But I'm kind of curious, like outside of just like repairing things and I guess vacuuming up some goo every so often, is there anything else that you do in the game, or is that just kind of like is it more around the story of it? Is it more driven by the narrative?
No, you're mostly you're repairing things. You go into an area, you look around, you see what you need to. Sometimes you're fixing furniture, sometimes you're repairing vending machines so that you can get stuff to replace the light bulbs, and there's posters around. You take down the posters, you put them up with new posters. It's literally just Eldritch Autism, the game.
There you go.
Eldritch
Autism. That's Eldritch Autism is a strong title. I'm putting that in there. There you go.
It's just what she has. It's not.
Yeah.
As a Cthulhu yourself, yes, I can see how this would appeal. As for me, though, chat, you know me. I'm a bit of a Unga Bunga caveman type motherfucker, really. So as far as what I've been up to, you know how I like my games where I just jump in and start beating the asses of my enemies. And as a matter of fact, a game that I had very much been looking forward to ever since I touched the demo recently went into early access. So it's not exactly a full release, but it's a good amount of the game that exists thus far, and will be updated as time goes on. But I am talking, of course, about Dead as Disco. I have jumped into the early access release of the game. Right now there are oh, you've seen this, about this.
Yeah, I saw it over Twitter. I saw Michael Jackson. I'm like, what the hell is this?
that is a mod.
Yes.
That is a mod. But I'll tell you more about what
those are fun to watch, though. I will say
they are. The game is so it's one of those games where it's really satisfying to play, but almost equally satisfying to just watch somebody else play it, especially if they're really good. But I do want to go over the actual main game itself before I get into the nonsense, right? The shit, the crazy shit people have been putting online and whatnot. Let me see if I can just bring up a gameplay video of one of the actual boss fights to talk over. Here we go. Let's go with this. So the story of this game is that you are Charlie Disco. Like that is your name. And you are the drummer of a band called Dead as Disco. Roll credits. And your whole thing is that, you at an after party after your band's last show together died, were murdered, most likely. Yet you don't remember exactly what happened or what, who might have been behind it or any of that shit. But you, I guess, due to the powers that be, have made a deal to trade your soul for one night to not only free your previous bandmates who have all sold out to a mega corporation called Harmony, like Mega Music Corporation, but also get to the bottom of your murder and, I guess try to set things right. And essentially you go through these different stages in which you fight each of your previous band members, not one-on-one, but essentially the objective is to defeat each one of them one at a time, right? Almost Mega Man style. Right. To the point that every time you beat one of them, you will gain like a new special ability that you can then use against the others. So very much Mega Man style, actually. But what I want to tell you, right, is if you don't know anything about this game, this is a sort of Batman Arkham style combat thing, entirely to the beat of the music, right? And you may have come across this this concept before, because I have. And the game I'm specifically referring to now is called No Straight Roads. I don't know if any of you guys heard of this game or saw this game back when it came out. No Straight Roads was kind of a similar thing, except it was like mostly focused on rock, right? That's like the main characters were a rock duo. This is more kind of like a bunch of different genres going on. Like each boss has a different genre they do. One guy's a punk rocker, another's a metal head, another guy's a rapper, last one's a K-pop girl. And there's probably going to be some others that will be added to the game later. This game, as someone who has played both of those games now, this is what I had hoped No Straight Roads would be. Like, this game is that concept pretty much perfected, right? Like, the boss designs are so strong. The way that the stages play out as you fight through them is incredible. Like, the transitions, the effects, just everything. And the music is fucking awesome. Oh my god, the music's so good. Like, I haven't listened to everything, because apparently there's a lot of stuff that like you can't really play on stream because copyright and all that shit, right? Because apparently, like, somebody on stream who came by while I was playing was telling me about how there's like some covers of some more popular songs that are done by the people who voiced the different band members. Like, apparently one of them does like a cover of I Need a Hero, right? Like the one like Shrek, and like some other popular songs too. But I couldn't play through those obviously on stream because I didn't want to get the video fucking flagged. But even just the original stuff is really, really strong. And this boss fight in particular is probably my favorite track in the game, at least thus far, because there are some ones I haven't heard yet since I did mostly just the boss runs. But there's also a challenge mode that has even more original tracks in it, as well as like harder fights that you got to do that are also tied into each of the characters. Because once you actually defeat them and free them and bring them back to the bar, that's like your hub area, you're not actually done. See, each of them, you need to kind of convince them to come back to the band to, I guess, play one final show together or some shit. I don't know. But that requires you to do specific challenges in the challenge mode, or find specific items in the stages while you're fighting through them, like the stage you fight them in. I should while I'm talking. But yeah, this is Prophet. He's like your rapper, one of the main vocalists of your band. You remember this place? And oh my god, this the music, the way it hits as you're fighting, it's so perfectly tuned. If you're playing like if you're playing well, right, and you're staying with the beat, oh, it's so incredibly satisfying. I can't properly describe it. Right, you just kind of have to like take it in for a second, right? In fact, I'm just gonna shut the fuck up for a second. You guys see this. Yeah, I be living in a brand new season, Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, Mugen, you should in your comic universe make a guy who's like powers music or some shit, so you can make a real game later. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna have all kinds of different characters with unique abilities and things they can do. So that's like a good idea.
Yeah, like see, like the like this stage effect, like where like in the second half of the song, like you're just seeing his lyrics as he's rapping coming all like flying through the arena and everything. It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, you get like different stage hazards that enemies can also get hit by. You can throw them into it. All kinds of crazy shit. It feels so good. It all flows so beautifully. And I can't wait for like, you know, more content as well. Because I've been through all the boss fights already. I haven't been through all the challenge stuff just yet. But from what I have played, it's fantastic. It's so much fun. All the character designs are immaculate. And also for some reason, there's a setting. One of the chatters pointed out, there's a setting to make the main character's ass bigger. I don't know why that is, but it's there, I guess.
Did you turn it on?
Well, I didn't know what it was because it doesn't actually tell you that's what it is. In the options, it's like it's named something else. I forget what it's called. It's like an acronym or some shit. But I turned it up to 100%, and then I went out of the menu, and I noticed it immediately. The character has a giant ass or something. I don't know why, but that's an option. If that's something you'd want to go for.
Maybe it's to make mods easier.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, there's been all kinds of crazy
real
mods.
question. Did you turn it back off?
Yes, I did turn it back off pretty much immediately. I may turn it back on though when I may turn it back on though whenever they put in the body type type 2, because apparently that's an update that's going to be coming at some point where you can change the main character into a female. So I may turn the ass back up whenever she tries.
As soon as it's a female.
But okay, so there is one other thing though that I wanted to bring up about this that is really cool, and it's the essentially the lab. Like you know that terminology, right? The lab you can hang out in and like practice songs and whatnot. Also has an additional feature where you can upload any song that you want and then adjust it so that it'll work with the beat, and you can just play any song in existence. That's why you've been seeing different uploads of like Michael Jackson songs and shit. Those aren't in the game by default. People upload those, and then they go into the metronome like tempo adjuster, and they find the right tempo, and then that's it. You can just.
I wonder if Duke could put their own mixtapes.
I bet they can.
Oh yeah, if it's like, because like usually what I'll do is just like take a song from YouTube or something, turn it into an MP3, and then just upload it to the game. But if you can turn whatever it is into an MP3, you can just add it directly to the game.
Oh no, that's dope.
It's really cool. I've fucked around with some songs as well. I got some more I want to do later on. I got a whole list I've put together. It's like songs I want to add to the game. That's
what increase replayability like crazy, doing stuff like that. All kinds of fun.
They know their audience, and they're definitely doing a good job catering to it.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you guys saw this bit, but like, there's also these cool like 2D animated sections that come up every time the boss is ready to join the fight.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, this game is oozing incredible amounts of style. It's so good.
You can't tell Jazz is excited.
I'm so excited, dude. I was having so much fun playing this game. It's so sick. And it's especially fun once you like start unlocking more of the different moves you can do, because like every time you beat one of the bosses, it's not just a new move that gets unlocked, it's a new skill tree that gets unlocked. Usually like some of the different nodes of skill tree would just be like additional effects on the move that you unlock, but they also have a secondary move at the end of that skill tree. So like every boss actually comes with 2 new moves that you can get. So it's actually a hell of a lot of fun. It's very cool. And I can't wait to see how the game shapes up as they add more content to it, especially the story, because I'm interested to know, the mystery behind Charlie's death and exactly what all led up to that. Yeah. And I just like the characters a lot too, because you get to like talk to them when you go back to the bar and they'll tell you about like everything that like happened after Charlie died, what led up to the moment like he showed up again, and freed them from Harmony and all that shit. So it's a very cool game. Lots of amazing style, great music, incredible gameplay, just really good shit overall. Cannot recommend it enough. Definitely check this out. I think it's like $20 on Steam right now. Yeah, let me get your exact number on that real quick.
The quality is definitely there. I'll tell you that. That's crazy.
Okay, it's 25. But it's definitely worth 25.
Oh, it's worth it. No, it's more so, like I said, it's the gameplay and it's the replayability. You have reasons to go back and keep playing it and playing it and playing it. That's worth it.
Absolutely, man. It's so much fun. I love it.
Is this from like an indie developer or?
I don't remember the exact name. Hang on, I'll just look at the store page again. Let's just go. This is from, but I mean, yeah, it is indie for sure.
Okay,
yeah, Brain Jar Games Inc. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you never really see like big publishers and developers do shit like this. Like the indie space, like this is games that if it was a long time ago, you would see stuff like that because studios were able to take would take those risks to try different things.
Absolutely.
Like this, yeah, this right here, yeah.
So it is made up of self-proclaimed AAA industry veterans, alumni from Trion Worlds, BioWare, and Blizzard.
That makes a hell of a lot of sense, right? Because like when those really great devs get pushed out by like the big AAA politics and all the bullshit, they still have that. Yeah, they can fucking cook, and they're gonna go and just do their own thing. Typically, I mean, not all of them, right? But like the ones that do, they'll typically make some really cool shit like this. And thank God for that, because imagine if that talent was just lost to time because of the stupid fucking choices that AAA bigwigs make. We know these people are idiots, obviously. Like we talk about it pretty much every week, but yeah, we love to see that there is still a way for these people to go and use that incredible talent that they have to make games like this, through Steam and other like indie avenues like itch.io as well, shit like that. So we love that they still have a way to get out there, get their shit out there where we can find it, because I don't want to live in a world where Dead as Disco doesn't exist. I'll tell you that right now. And there's plenty of games that have been like that as well. We talked about all kinds of cool indie projects and shit over the hundreds or so episodes we've been doing this. So, but yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, I've been up to other shit, but I said one, right? And I've been running my mouth for a bit here. So we should probably go ahead and get
anything new.
Listen, it's a podcast. I'm the talker. This is what we're here for. It's the whole point.
Yes, and I'm the one who makes barbed jabs whenever I feel like it.
I mean, yeah, we need that too. I'd
you,
say so.
You are special.
That's why I knew you'd be a perfect co-host. So I brought you on.
Aww, gay.
Very. But look who we're talking about. Anyway, you were saying we were moving on?
Yes. Let's talk about some news. I'd say this is a pretty big one. So I know we talked a while ago about the whole like Paramount Warner Bros. Thing and like that merger and how that was how we had mixed feelings about it. Well, it looks like it's probably gonna end up going through. It looks like that deal is happening. Paramount Warner Bros. Discovery merger has been approved by the Department of Justice. The DOJ's antitrust division cleared the $111 billion deal without requiring divestitures?
Divestiture, yeah.
Yeah. Behavioral remedies or other concessions. An official announcement is expected Friday, which, I mean, this was from, when was this? This was June 12th. Yes, I don't know if that an official announcement came out. I might have missed it, but yeah, no, it's happening. This is real. We also have a proper article here. Let's see. David Ellison's Paramount Skydance has cleared a big regulatory hurdle in advancing toward completing $111 billion merger with Warner Bros. Discovery, although it's still not a done deal and could face other legal challenges. Okay, so I mean, considering they managed to get over that, I mean, they're probably going to get over the rest too. But money talks, right? Justice Department Antitrust Division has approved the deal. Variety has confirmed. As first reported by Politico, the regulator is giving the green light to the Paramount WBD tie-up without requiring any divestitures, behavioral remedies, or concessions. The division has completed its analysis of the proposed merger of Paramount and Warner Bros. And determined, based on the evidence received in its investigation, that the transaction is not likely to result in harm to competition or American consumers.
Oh, God.
Really?
Their definition of harm is going to be very different from yours or I.
Loose. Loose, I think is the word we could use here.
Look, the only positive to this is that the streaming services are going to consolidate, and we are getting one day closer to having something that was like 2010's Netflix again.
We're just going to have some more piracy.
Yes, but one day, the Highlander games of the streaming services will come to an end.
Yeah, but if there's just the one streaming service, wouldn't that mean that they could just make the price whatever then?
Well, we've seen that when there's a whole bunch of streaming services, they can also make the prices just whatever the fuck they want.
Of course, you can also choose not to buy from them. Just saying.
Yes.
As real life Fake Wizard always says, for the love of God, cancel Disney Plus, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they want to get rid of like DVDs and stuff. So that's the only way you can consume this stuff is through these streaming platforms.
Which is exactly why pirating will just go up. I mean, if they really want people to buy their stuff, then they have to provide it in a way that people are willing to pay for it. You jump up the prices too much, people aren't going to pay you. They're just going to find a way around you. It's human nature.
But it is them trying to make reality that whole you will own nothing and be happy thing, right? Because obviously there's more money in subscription than there is in a one-time fee. And we all know that, and we know that's what they've been just chomping at the bit to really solidify in terms of shit like this. Now, will things get worse with these two consolidating in that regard? Maybe. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't know, but I mean, it looks like at this point it's probably on track to there's probably no stopping it at this point, because there is so fucking much money involved in this, right? Whoever would stand in the way will probably be paid off, because every man has a price. So
and it's Tree Fitty.
It's probably one more than that, but I'd go for Tree Fitty right now, though. Including with respect to streaming video on demand, linear TV, and studio development, production, or distribution of films for theatrical release. DOJ's antitrust division said in a statement Friday about the closing of its investigation on the Paramount WDB merger. There's been major backlash in the industry to the mega deal, which would bring together Paramount assets, including CBS News, Paramount Pictures, and Paramount Plus, with WB's HBO and HBO Max, Warner Bros., CNN, TNT, TBS, HGTV, and more. Yeah, fucking Warner Bros. owns a lot of shit. A lot of shit.
It's that and more part that you should be really concerned with.
Yeah. This is kind of fucking...
Jeez, that's crazy.
I feel like at a point, right, it's going to come down to like Paramount versus Disney and like a fucking like Godzilla versus King Kong style like kaiju battle or some shit, right? Like,
yeah, but I mean, Paramount would be King Kong, and unlike in the movies where they have to make them on an even playing field, Disney doesn't have to play fair.
Size of monsters on that one, huh?
Yeah. It will be disgusting, and Disney will come out the true winner, with literally everyone else in the world losing.
I don't know. Yeah, I suppose you're right, because like Disney's fucked up so many of its properties at this point. Though, it's been like kneecapping itself. So maybe at a point, like if this keeps up, if it keeps going on this track, maybe Paramount will actually have a shot at defeating them, because they fucked up Star Wars, they fucked up they fucked up most of their mainline things with these stupid fucking live action remakes and whatever, right? Like, I mean, it's one of those companies that is too big to fail at this point, but they're trying really hard to fail. So I don't know, man. They might end up leaving themselves vulnerable if things keep going down this track. I don't know.
For what they name there, I'm a little surprised they don't mention that Warner Brothers also owns DC Studios.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
it's true.
And Cartoon Network.
Ow.
They didn't even do anything with Cartoon Network, though.
Dude, everything Cartoon Network does is because WB lets them.
I thought Cartoon Network like stopped though. Like I thought they. Like, is they still on the air? I thought.
Yeah, as far as station, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
Didn't they?
Yeah,
that's what I'd heard.
I think the studios is still.
Yeah, I think maybe they still have some of their like Cartoon Network shit streaming like on HBO Plus or some shit, or HBO. Fuck, what do they call the thing? What's HBO's streaming thing called?
HBO Plus.
Yeah, that. Like, don't they still have some Cartoon Network shows like just kicking around on there or something?
Remember, if you need to remember what a streaming service is, just add plus at the end.
Exactly. Fuck. Paramount execs have said they anticipate achieving more than $6 billion in cost savings to the merger, indicating big layoffs would ensue. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that is typically what happens. Like, once a giant merger like this happens, they do really typically start cleaning house, and that's going to mean a lot of people are going to be out of work. So, I imagine a lot of people who work under these umbrellas is probably sweating pretty hard right about now. To date, more than 5,500 filmmakers, actors, and other Hollywood professionals have signed an open letter opposing the deal, arguing that it would eliminate jobs, raise prices, and reduce competition. Organizers of the blog themerger.com open letter include the Writers Guild of America. Individual signatories include Florence Pugh, Pedro Pascal, of course, Edward Norton, Joaquin Phoenix, Ben Stiller, Kristen Stewart, Mark Ruffalo, of course, Noah Weil, Rami Youssef, Rosario Dawson, Rosie O'Donnell, Ted Danson, Tiffany Haddish, Yorgos Lanthimos. Who the fuck?
I don't know.
It's like a Final Fantasy summon.
Yeah, it does.
Within a
Oh, fuck. And Robert De Niro.
You can summon him.
Yeah, on Yorgos. Yorgos, yeah, that sounds like a fucking like weird fantasy monster episode. I'm sorry, Yorgos. If that's like a common name in wherever the fuck Yorgos comes from, I apologize to any audience we might have coming out of there right now. I mean no disrespect. It does sound a little funny though. You get.
Just as a little backtracking, I wanted to make sure Cartoon Network Studios is still putting stuff out.
Oh, there. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like regular show and like the Steven Universe type shit.
Yeah, I know it's a new Steven Universe is coming out. Yeah, it's called Side Quest. That's a new Steven Universe coming out. Not Steven Universe. Adventure Time. Yeah.
That I did see. I saw the Adventure Time prequel thing happening, and I blood from a stone. I guess we're just gonna keep trying to milk it until it's ashes. But I thought regular show like ended. Like
it did, but they sort of rebooted / new stuff. It's
really
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's a weird one.
Just as much heart and soul as you would imagine.
Yeah, that one feels particularly weird to me because like I didn't keep up with the entirety of regular show, but I did see the last episode because I was curious to see how like everything wrapped up. And that shit seemed pretty definitive. Like,
no, bro, like the regular show. I remember my brother was telling me about it. I said I never even heard of it before. This is when I was in college. I said, yeah, man, this show called The Regular Show. I'm like, The Regular Show. I said, this shit sounds stupid. So I looked at it a little bit. I said, yo, this shit look retarded. But one day I sat down and they was doing like a little marathon. Both my brothers was watching it, and that show's actually pretty good. Like you can tell that somebody who made it is very old school because there's like a lot of old school references, you know, from like the 80s, the 90s. That's in that show, and the story is actually like really pretty well written. I like the show. It caught me by surprise. It really did. The regular show.
No, the regular show was very good, and it ended before it could become mediocre. So I'm really wondering why we're trying to ruin that. I mean, I know why we're trying to ruin that, but at the same time, like, guys, really, this one? Of all the bullshit you could bring back, to milk for nostalgia or whatever, like, this?
Well, and to just add on to this isn't a sequel, and it's not technically a proper reboot, because all the new episodes are inserted into the timeline that exists. They're considered to be like lost memories.
Oh, so they redo. So it's replaying like all the original episodes, but they sticking in like the newer episodes.
I don't know that they were playing all the original, but there's 40 episodes across 2 seasons that are supposed to be taking place during the timeline for the original show. However, that's wrong. That is
interesting because like regular show was weird in that it did a sort of like episodic but also continuing story kind of at the same time, right? Like it was a bit of a mix of both. So it's
yeah, it's considered to have a light connecting narrative. So yeah, they're gonna just slot those in there, you know, and that'll be easy. You know, they won't fuck anything up doing that. Never.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, did at least get like the original creators back for it, or
the original showrunners involved. Some of the VAs are involved, as far as I'm aware, if not all. I don't know a ton about it. I'm not a personal fan of the show, but this is what I have been told.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll see. I guess. I mean, Twitter will drag that shit if it's garbage. Yeah, and then we'll know. So, let's see. The Teamsters urged DOJ to block the Paramount WBD deal unless Paramount agreed to substantial and enforceable safeguards against job cuts and committed to supporting increased U.S. production. In March, the acting head of the Justice Department's Antitrust Division, Omid Asefi, said the Paramount WB deal would absolutely not be on the fast track for approval due to political reasons in the context of the Ellison family's friendly ties to Trump. So I had to rewind a little bit because like this bit kind of irks me somewhat. The substantial and enforceable safeguards against job cuts and committed to supporting increased U.S. production. Not necessarily the first one, but the job cuts bit I'm a little iffy about because it's like making it a law to not be able to fire people. That gets a little. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
If you're keeping people just because you're not allowed to get rid of them, like especially if you're talking about the entertainment industry, we've seen how that goes. We've seen how it goes when people who are either aren't contributing or just shouldn't be there at all in the first place are still there, and we see what typically comes of those projects when with that mentality, right? And it's usually not very good. And I just don't really believe in the concept of like a law should protect your job. Like you should be the one protecting your job, right? You should be good at your job so much so that they don't want to get rid of you, especially when you're talking about like entertainment industry type shit, right? It's kind of a luxury position to be able to be involved in shit like that. So like if you're just locked in because of a law that's like put there to protect you, that doesn't really seem like it's conducive to good media being produced. You know what I mean? Like
that's what happens when you let the government get involved in things.
That's pretty much exactly that.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess I like as far as like unfair firing, like maybe in that regard, like you maybe have like somebody who does reviews and shit like that on that, but like just a blanket law that just protects people's jobs no matter if they're suited to those roles or not, like that I don't think I could get behind.
And that's not necessarily a suitability situation here, but like a redundancy issue.
Oh yeah, there's also that, like, because and like obviously the big example that comes to anyone's mind would be Twitter itself, right? And like the whole thing with Elon buying it and taking it over, and then like firing like more than half of the staff.
It was something silly like that.
Yeah, it was a pretty high percentage of people that got let go, and then the next day came and Twitter was running fine. So it's like, yeah, you know, bloat is a thing and it is a problem. In a lot of, and especially in entertainment,
but
it's a very.
Oh, you're kind of falling in on my end. The people who are actually doing things are the ones who are going to get let go in that sort of situation. The ones who are just there as bloat are going to be kept along, and no matter what. So, I get it. I am also going to go with Rada on this, though. Anytime the government gets involved with, messing with the policies of the private companies, it's a bad thing.
Or anything.
Or anything.
Not a big fan of the government. 30 on 30. But, yeah, let's see. I don't want to go through all of this, but essentially we get the point. Like, we don't need to get too far deep into the weeds on this. It's a deal. It's a big fucking deal. It's happening, and the results could be catastrophic or it could be fine. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But
well, unfortunately, no matter what, they're going to happen.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna go with they're gonna be bad, but it's gonna be unnoticeable to the majority of the populace. They're going to be upset about things, but they won't be able to really pinpoint why they're upset or what was the cause of it. And we'll just know that shit sucks because of this. That's it.
All right. Fair enough. I guess we move on then. Hey! I bet you guys couldn't guess what happened this week. It's about Ubisoft. Ubisoft's fucking up. Can you believe it? Can you believe Ubisoft's fucking up?
Is it a day that ends in Y?
That company doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to that company.
Yeah, it is what it is, and shit goes how it goes. But let's look at the most recent Ubisoft fuck up, shall we? This one's pretty funny, actually, I would say, because I feel like something similar like to this happened recently. But Ubisoft is facing backlash after reports revealed that it asked journalists to delay reporting on its latest layoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. I remember what it was. It was a game like came out recently where they asked journalists to like hold off on reviews for the game. What game was that?
It was
on
Marathon. It was Marathon.
It was Marathon. Yeah. So a bit more of that, but like this seems so much worse somehow because it's like there's one thing. It's one thing to not tell the people like the game's kind of shit, right? And that they might not want to buy it because of that. It's another thing to not let people know that you're killing people's jobs again, by the way, because it's like what, like the third or fourth round of layoffs we've heard about from Ubisoft in like the past couple of year and a half, maybe. I don't know. It feels like every time they come up with something, right? But companies share details about the job cuts under an embargo, something common for game announcements, but unusual for layoffs. Yes, quite. Layoff affects Ubisoft studios in Winnipeg and Belgrade, along with parts of its operations in Barcelona. Hundreds of employees are expected to lose their jobs. Ubisoft said the embargo was meant to give the company time to inform employees and partners before the news became public. You know, I have a hard time believing that last bit.
I do too, but I do kind of at least understand what they're trying to say for the smoke screen. Is I would hate to find out my fucking job went away from gaming news website. Like if I know I'm getting fired from IGN before my job tells me, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Just a little bit, right? But it does seem to be par for the course for the games industry for some reason. So
they do like to fire via tweet.
Shit is nonsense, dude.
If you just stay off social media, I wonder if you get to keep cashing the check.
No, they'll Milton Adams you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but it's looking a little rough. I mean, it's been looking a little rough for a number of years now. How is Ubisoft still alive at this point? Like, why don't they just completely die? How is it not just happened yet?
Money, mostly from Tencent at this stage.
They going on by a thread. That's crazy.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's the biggest problem is Ubisoft, the entity named Ubisoft will eventually crash and die. However, the people behind Ubisoft have already built themselves a parachute with this the second company they just spun off with Tencent. So everybody who's currently at Ubisoft, as well as the investors who were invested in it, are going to get fucked over. Meanwhile, the brothers who own it are just going to hop over there and be totally fine.
Yeah, the Guillemot family?
Guillemots, yeah.
Yeah, them.
Yves Guillemot and the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like 5 or 6 of them, so.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, I hate to see it, but at this point, I would very much love to see Ubisoft just die, man. I'd be super down for it. And as far as what they have like coming out the pipe, it doesn't seem like anything's going to be, making their situation much better. I know the people were pointing out some discrepancies and such that they did not like about the Black Flag remake. So I don't think it's going to end up doing very well. They got the Rayman Legends remake coming out, but I mean, it seems like people aren't terribly excited for that as well. I mean, that one at least seemed a little more it was half and half.
It looks pretty good.
I mean, it's good. Because like me personally, it's like Because we looked at it and we talked about it with my friend Patho, and she's like a big fan of Rayman Legends and Origins, right? But I was kind of with her when she said, like, as far as like the new art style goes, I just don't. I'm not seeing it being like superior to the original Rayman Legends, right? Because like original Rayman Legends had a great look to it, amazing art style, amazing 2D animated art style, fantastic. And like the new 3D one, I mean, it's flashy, it's cool and all, but I just don't know if it's better than the original, you know?
It's not better, but it's not supposed to be. All the game really is to appeal to people that played it 10, 20 years ago, and now have kids of their own, and so they can play it alongside with them, and kind of like, here, this was my nostalgia from when I was growing up, and share it as a sort of a family bonding sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's it.
I guess. I don't know.
Hey man, they need money to put out whatever they want.
That's fair. That is fair. But yeah, that's some of the more serious stories. Yeah, let's get a funny one in there. This one I found absolutely hilarious. So none of us here are strangers to certain fans, quote unquote, getting up in creators' shit and complaining about the things that they make, right? I don't think any of us have. That's a new concept to anybody here.
I think one of us has more personal experience from it than the rest of us, honestly.
Yeah, I believe one of us, a certain special guest, may have been subject to some criticisms of that sort. Yes, but this one is wacky. This one's actually really funny to me. Because check this shit out. Adult manga author Ayue. That's just a bunch of fucking vowel sounds put together. I don't know what the fuck to say. Ayue Oka Echizen revealed that he's receiving emails from someone extremely angry at him for objectifying women in his mangas.
Jesus Christ.
By the way, this guy is apparently an NTR hentai artist. So
okay, maybe this is absurd. Never mind.
Well, I mean, because like I'm not necessarily a big fan of NTR either. There. However, if a guy says if a guy like fucking promotes himself as an NTR artist, like that's the sign on the door, right? You kind of know what to expect if you walk in that room, right? And it's going to be kind of weird if you complain about it after the fact. But anyway, the story, according to him, the messages came accompanied by heavy attacks and death wishes, of course. Actually, you get any death wishes yet or not?
You say that again?
You get any death wishes yet or not?
So as far as my like VenusOrionComics or hentai?
Yeah, just
either or.
Any death threats, really.
Well, yeah. Well, I had people. I used to post up some of the stuff. People used to tell me to kill myself and, and all kinds of stuff. So I guess that would be like a badge of honor from those types of people. Right? Yeah. So.
My thoughts exactly. I was thinking those exact words.
Which one have you got more flack for? From the comics or from the hentai?
Oh, well, one from my comics, because when I first started revealing my characters, this is why I said I don't listen to a lot of people, because both sides I had a tug of war with. One side saying that my female characters are too safe as far as how they look in their designs. And then the other side saying I'm objectifying them, like they don't like the portrayal of my female characters. I'm like, fuck off on both sides. Like, this is the designs that I like and stuff, and this is from my ideas and stuff. And when I design things, I don't design with the audience in mind. Like, I create shit for myself, and then I just put it out there. If the audience happen to gravitate towards it, then so be it and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm used to it. Being a public figure, like you can get all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, it was just like the first group is kind of catching me off guard here. Like that, the ones that say that your designs are too safe. That one makes extremely little sense to me. I don't get that because like you made a character that looks like this. So like, how the fuck is this too safe?
She's still dressed. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's extremes on both sides, because I guess people would say safe horny. I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah, man. Like, you got extremes on both sides. Like, and I just ignore both. Like, this is what I do. This is what I love to do. This is the character. This is what I want, and I'm going with it. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. There's other places you can go to get what you want.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But sorry, circling back, we got way off track. Yeah, Death Wishes. In response, the artist stated that he's already contacted lawyers and the police, and that he's gathering evidence for possible legal measures. And that's great and all, but what got me was this last bit. He also said that threats have made him reflect, and he's going to do worse from now on.
I appreciate
it. Double the fuck down. This is how we end this shit. Double down. Stop being scared of these people. Double down. This is why I want to see more authors. I want to see more game developers. I want to see more people from that make movies. Double the fuck down.
Absolutely.
Double down.
And but you always, because like, you know, we have that issue where a lot of, you know, like Western creators like to apologize whenever people start making a stink on Twitter or whatever, right? But the Eastern artists, man, they don't give a fuck, bro. I love to see it every time. Like whenever like people start fucking with Kamiya or like Harada, they'll just be like, "Get the fuck out of my
love when people
you're 10 years too early to step to me, bitch."
I don't even play Genshin Impact, but every time a new character come out for Genshin Impact, it's always some shit. And Whoyoverse don't give a shit. They don't give a shit.
They don't, and they know why they don't have to give a shit, because like every time I remember I think this was specifically was for like a voice actor thing, or like
it was like that.
Something about like character skin tones or whatever. Yeah, the strike, right? But it's like the moment like you look through the comments of the people who say they're striking, it's like, okay, so you stopped playing the game then, right? It's like, no, but I did stop buying skins and putting
that makes no sense. Like, cause I remember they did that one boycott.
How's it a strike if you're still playing the game?
They did one. It was a exact boycott that was like that, where, you know, like, I'm not gonna pay for anything. I was just gonna play like the free to play. I'm like, that's still helping the game. Like you. So you don't really mean what you say. And not just that, they even replaced some of those voice actors as well, and got new voice actors for the characters. They don't play. They don't play around.
They don't, and especially not with the fucking, what was it? SAG-AFTRA that what they were at, was fucking with them. Yeah, they just said like, fuck all that. We'll just start using like the European voice actors. They just said, fuck SAG-AFTRA, we're done with this shit. And you know what? Fair enough, because SAG-AFTRA sucks. But yeah, that whole thing is hilarious. But it also just made it real clear that it's like, yeah, these people will complain up and down on Twitter until they're blue in the face, but they'll never stop playing the game. They don't have the fortitude. They don't
really stand on anything. So we gotta ignore them, man. Fucking ignore them.
Because they're not paying for shit. They are not the paying customers. Hoyo knows what the paying customers are, and they will keep making designs for those paying customers because they know they know what sells. They're looking at those numbers. They're seeing which characters are popping off, and they're making more like them. And you know what? Fantastic. Love that shit. Keep it up. As a guy who plays a bunch of Zone Zero, that's like my main gacha game. I'm here for it. They released the trailer for like the new season that they're moving to 3.0, and I believe they showed off 10 characters, and 8 of those 10 characters, they showed off 10 characters. Well, because like everyone's going to show up throughout that whole season, right? Yeah. Well, I mean, most of them. They usually end up throwing in a few more as well. But I believe 8 of those 10 characters were hot chicks, and I'm like, yep. That works for me. Thank you very much. You know, if the female playing characters, if the female players want to complain, you know, Love and Deep Space is right over there. You got your bondage and whatever the fuck you want over there. But like, it's mostly dudes playing Zenless. All right, they're gonna make some hot chicks for us to pull on or pull on banners, and you know, that's gonna be it. That's how it goes. That's how it be, because they know they want to make some money. Simple fucking ass. But yeah, love to see shit like this. It's great. I thought it was a fun story to include. Speaking of fun stories to include, this one just caught me, right? And Bear, you probably saw this too. I don't know if it was you or me who put this in the docket, but I found this shit absolutely hilarious. Because we didn't actually get to talk last week about the guy who like sacrificed his level 100 character in Path of Exile to buff like every other player in the game, and that's really cool, right? But then there's like the bullshit that happens. I don't know if this one's even been fixed, but check this out. In Path of Exile 2, a single crab enemy has become one of the deadliest monsters in the game, ranking 3rd in total player kills. Is this caused by a bug? The crab appears during special events in the current league. If the crab dies while in the middle of an attack and a player is standing very close, the game incorrectly makes it fire a huge number of projectiles almost instantly, which of course will just kill your character instantly. The issue is especially serious in hardcore mode, where a character is permanently lost upon death. Damn. Developers have confirmed they know about the problem and are working on a fix. And I'm like, I think about like the one time I ever did like a hardcore run in anything, because like Path of Exile is very much like Diablo, right? For if you've ever played either of those games. And back when I played Diablo 3, I actually ended up doing a hardcore character run because I had a bunch of friends who also played together and like, oh, let's do a hardcore run, see if we can make it all the way through, right? And so we did it, and we got a fair amount of the way in. I think we made it all the way until like the DLC chapter of the game, which is like right at the end. But at that point, we ended up running into an elite monster pack that and elite monster packs in the games, they have these things called affixes, right? These are like special effects that every monster can do. Like maybe they shoot out lightning orbs, or they like snare you in place for a second, or just random shit like that, right? And it'll be randomized, right? But the problem with this specific monster pack that we ran into was that it had two affixes, right? One was for that snare shit that like locks you in place for a minute. Another one was for a slowly expanding circular area with an exploding fire orb in the center. And when it expands fully, it blows up and does a shit ton of damage to you, right? So my character, I wasn't quite fast enough to like drop this bitch in time, and it dropped both of those on my character at once. So I was stuck in place as several nukes were getting ready to go off on me. I just had to close my eyes and lean back and be like, and then it was done. My character was dead. Its data was deleted because it was a hardcore character. And I'm just like, well, I guess I have to go fuck off and do something else, because I can't play with my friends anymore because they're all still using their high level characters and I don't have mine anymore. So I just have to go do something. That shit sucks. That shit sucks really fucking bad. I do have to wonder like how fucking mad you would be if you're playing. And like, here's the thing, right? Because the thing about Path of Exile 2, it is so much harder than Diablo ever was. Like, it is a much harder game. This is a fucking Dark Soul. I hate doing this meme, but it's the Dark Souls of these fucking isometric dungeon crawling style like loot games, right? I couldn't imagine playing Path of Exile 2 on hardcore mode without random glitched fucking crabs running around, right? Because you dive real easy in Path of Exile 2. But like with random bullshit bugs, just deleting your character on the spot, especially if you're like already all the way in endgame, oh my god, I would shit myself in anger. I'm certain.
Oh yeah. So I will say two things about this story. They have fixed this.
Oh, okay.
No happens. I have died to this.
You died to this?
Yes.
Oh,
a couple times.
Fuck. That well, but I mean, you weren't running hardcore characters. So
no, we're not running hardcore characters. I fucking know better. But I have died to this, so I can attest that this was real. It fucking blew. It happens during the runestone things. It's one of the crabs that pop up during that.
Those. Okay. Yeah.
And it's not exactly instant depending on what you're doing, but it's fucking instant, and there is no stopping it. Once it happens, you just die. There is no safety. It's just death.
Yeah, that's in a game where you can do a like one life mode like that. That is fucking rough.
Yeah, that's woof. Pissed.
Imagine. But hey, speaking of rough, we got a bit of a rough story here we got to talk about. Now, I don't know if you guys ever fucked around with RPG Maker. I have not personally. I did try some games.
I started with RPG Maker since the PS1. I love RPG Maker. That's responsible for VenusOrionComics. I was like doing RPGs since the PS1. Then they had the RPG Maker 95 for Windows. Then they had RPG Maker 2 for PS2, and then they had XP 2003. Then VX. Yeah, so I love me some RPG Maker. Yep.
Mugen, I'm gonna reach my hand forward toward the camera. I want you to put your hand on your own shoulder, and imagine it's me putting my hand on your shoulder. While we go into
this is so gay.
Listen, homie might need a hug after this. I'm just saying.
Oh God. Okay, continue.
So, RPG Maker has announced it's shutting down its official forums at the end of the year.
Tutorials and
14
guides.
years community tutorials and guides we permanently deleted with no archive or backup.
That's a real shame.
Now one is bullshit, but two, I'm surprised the community themselves didn't do any type of archiving and stuff like that.
I bet if they
somebody's probably
archived
like scrambling right now.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
I will say I also touched the PS1 RPG Maker. Boy, was that fucking not for me at the time. But
I loved it.
Like
I was in ninth grade when it came
indie
out.
horror games, like just general indie experiences that are now kind of like cult classics. That this is a sad thing no matter where you are in gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And like some people in the comments have made like Library of Alexandria comparisons here, and it does kind of feel like that because like RPG Maker is a thing that's been around since I can even I as long as I can remember. Really, like that's just been a part of the gaming like sphere, the space for as long as games have almost as long as games have been a thing. Really,
You're so young.
Shit. It's crazy. At least I'm 33 for fuck's sake.
Just a baby.
My back hurts. whatever. Anyway, but yeah, it's fucking wild news, man. If you have ever tried to make your
back in my childhood, RPG Maker was coding your own game in DOS.
Shit.
Well, you are the oldest person here, Robert.
Well, she had just progressed from smashing rocks against a stick, so it's an advancement.
To be fair, I tied the rocks to the stick.
Oh, she was way advanced for the time.
Yes, leverage, simple tools, they're important.
Simple tools is definitely appropriate for this show. By the way,
maybe that should have been the podcast name.
December of '92 was when the first RPG Maker software came out.
RPG Maker was older than me.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Wow, I know.
I was born in '93, so
the first console version was for the SNES.
Yeah, they did have one for that, but that was only Japan only, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I discovered it when they first revealed it in PlayStation Magazine for the PS1. And I remember I was sitting down talking to my dad one day, and I was like, Dad, I said, wouldn't it be awesome if there was some type of program that I'm able to create my own RPGs? And then my dad whipped out the magazine and threw it on my lap. And then opened it up to the page, and it had RPG Maker 1, and said it was coming soon. And I was like, oh my God, I lost my mind. I said, Dad, you got to get this for me. You got to get this for me. And he ended up buying it for me after I graduated from 8th grade, and we came from the movie theaters to see a Tomb Raider movie. I remember that. We went to Funkoland, and he picked it up for me. And I've been addicted to it for hours. Just coming up with all kinds of stories and stuff. I love RPG Maker.
That's crazy, man. You ever tried to make your own video game from scratch and hit a wall at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday night? Probably know this feeling. Someone on a forum years before you had the exact same problem, explained it in precise and generous detail, and left the answer sitting there for you to find. That is what RPGMakerWeb.com has been since 2012. A place where hobbyist developers help strangers for free because they remembered what it felt like to be stuck, where 14 years of that accumulated patience and goodwill lived in searchable threads. Now all of it is getting erased from the internet.
But why?
That's just a bad feel. Oh well, let me continue reading. Gotcha Games announced on June 11th that it was launching RPG Maker Guild as a new official community platform, with the existing RPGMakerWeb.com forums closing as part of the transition. The accompanying FAQ confirmed that no public archive or backup will be provided. Every post, guide, attachment, image, and private message gets deleted permanently when the site closes on December 11th, 2026. Okay, so we do at least have several months for people to figure out how to save this shit and get it somewhere where people will be able to find it.
Yeah,
so that's good. I feel like that's. I mean, depending on how much there is, I guess. I
never used any of the forum stuff. Like when I got into RPG Maker, everything was fucking trial and error. Everything was trial and error. But I would go to the communities to get resources, like new characters. Then I would learn how to customize and sprite them myself and stuff. But other than that, I never really used the forums, because for me, for forums, especially back in the day where it's just that's all you relied on was forums. When it comes to stuff like RPG Maker, where this and like Mugen and stuff, where you create your own stuff, is there so much information. And even when it comes to tutorials, the tutorials is never organized, because you would have one creator or one author that would have a guide for something, and then you wait for part 2, but part 2 is on like page 30 when part 1 was on page 1. So you had to sort all that stuff out to find exactly what you need. That's why I was like, you know what, hell with it. Like, I'll just start figuring this stuff out myself.
Yeah.
So that's what I tend to do.
I love the comprehensive tutorial part 1, and it's like there's no part 2, and then you go to another guy's channel. It's comprehensive tutorial part 3, and there's no part 2 or 1.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's more than one person that's covering the same topic. One is either incomplete, or the other person he's teaching the same, he or she is teaching the same thing, but it's totally different than what that person was saying, but it's the same topic. That's why I never bother the tutorials. I just never bother them.
I always did love you could do it this way, but I think that way is wrong. And it's like, I know you're throwing shade at this specific other dude, and that's it.
Yeah, that shit, man. Because again, it's slightly more than a decade of material. That's been building up in this thing. So I don't know how long that would take to like properly.
But like I said, I don't know how much of that is there actually a lot of material there on top of that. Like, I haven't checked. I never checked.
I think there's a lot there. I think the question is how much of it is valuable. I mean,
that's good. No, that's a good question. Good.
I don't know if there's going to be time enough to like parse between what isn't, right?
Just do it. Just take everything.
No,
exactly.
They'll use a scraper and they'll just pull everything off, and you can figure that out after. But I get why they're rebooting their forums, because you have 16 years of
and plus the new RPG Maker is coming out. Because their new one is coming out where you can make your games with like Octopath Traveler. Like, it's HD2D, So I think they're preparing for that, and that's the next generation for RPG Maker. So
but I mean, there's still something to be said for preservation of what came before.
There's
still things to be learned from.
I think this is a mistake on their part. I think it is archiving it, like just for posterity's sake.
I don't understand why. How would that hurt them?
Get it.
Yeah, how would that hurt them by not doing it? That's what I don't understand.
I guess maybe they're really just trying to redirect like all the traffic to the new thing. It's the same thing like when like a remaster or a remake or whatever gets listed on Steam or PlayStation or whatever, and then like the old version of that same game quietly disappears, right?
Yeah,
kind of the same sort of concept, I think.
Yeah. But it's also like the old stuff isn't going to necessarily be competing with the new one anyways, because of just how drastically different the system architecture is for the new one.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not saying it's a good explanation. I'm just saying it's the only thing I can.
No. I definitely understand. Yeah, definitely understand. I mean, this is what I noticed when it came to Mugen and when it came to RPG Maker. Every time there was a new version, people don't make new content for the new version right away, because people's trying to understand how the system works. They have to put together a lot of things before they update stuff. So what they normally would do is they still keep the old stuff around for a bit, because not everybody makes that conversion. Everybody don't make that conversion right away. That's why if they are going to make the new site, keep both up for now until they get everybody to convert over to get enough. And then if you want to shut it down, then shut it down. But just get rid of it, and then this is the only site that's right here. I don't know, man.
Yeah, like I said, I think it would make more sense to me just leave it as like a read-only archive.
Just
leave it up, because it can't be that expensive to hold.
Exactly, like it's weird.
Yeah, it is strange. Though new account registrations were disabled the same day as the announcement, posting doesn't go read-only until June 18th.
Oh shit!
Which gives the community exactly 1 week to organize before they lose the ability to do so at all. Fuck.
Well, to do so from the forum, and let's be honest, nowadays, if they were strictly forum only, it would be a little strange. Like there probably are alternative communities as far as organization stuff goes. So
they got their Discord servers and all that shit. Yeah, I suppose. Reaction on the forum was swift and unhappy. Its site is over a decade old. Surely it deserves at least some form of preservation, one user wrote, with others pointing out that a read-only archive costs almost nothing to maintain, that the Wayback Machine was now their most realistic option for salvaging anything at all. Discord server formed almost immediately to coordinate manual backups. Komodo, the outgoing operator, signed off with a warm statement thanking contributors but offered no explanation for why the content had to disappear rather than simply stay where it was. It is, when you think about it, a very strange way to treat the people who made your product actually usable. It sits squarely in the territory the Stop Killing Games movement has been pushing back against, having recently backed a California bill aimed at forcing developers to keep games accessible after shutdown. And I know there's been some news about them as well. Really, I don't know if I put that in the docket though.
For which one?
But that's kind of different for a website, though. Like, I understand the Stop Killing Games for games, like it goes on, but it's a website. They're totally different. It's a website.
Yeah, it's not like you couldn't back up your own files anyway, right?
Yeah. Anyone could go and scrape this. So, and if as far as like the Stop Killing Game things, I'm thinking you're thinking is probably that it's failed to draw more interest in the UK. It had hit the 1.3 million threshold, and they're like, nah. So
I got you.
It's looking not good for it, which is a bummer.
It is a bummer. You know what else is a bummer? The fact that people are still fucking with Steam. Oh, good big guy Steam, doesn't deserve all this bullshit, but bullshit just keeps coming at him over and over and over again. And the most recent bullshit is the CCC, that is the Consumer Competition Claims. Through GameClaim has launched a new class action against Valve in the Netherlands. The group claims Valve controls around 85% of the PC game market and uses rules that make it harder for developers to sell games cheaper on other stores. It also argues that Steam's 30% cut on game sales is too high and shows anti-competitive behavior, which is fucking bizarre since that's the same cut that both Xbox and PlayStation also take. I mean, it's kind of like an industry standard, but it's neither here nor there. According to CCC, Dutch gamers have paid more than they should due to these practices, with total damages estimated. Total damages estimated at over 220 million since 2013. The group says it will first try to reach a settlement with Valve. If that fails, the case could go to court and may take several years to resolve. I mean, Valve probably just take that fight, I guess. I mean, I don't see why they would capitulate to these assholes.
Because it might be cheaper. Like it's several years of a court case is expensive.
Several years of court cases are expensive, but at this point, they run a risk of setting a precedent that only they will be held to. And I don't think they can afford that. I think that would be far more detrimental to them than actually fighting the legal battle.
I think so too. But that's I mean, if every business did what was ultimately smart and right for everyone, then
until Gabe dies, I trust Steam. After Gabe dies, we can discuss.
That's right. I think it's funny that Valve won against the Rothschilds, and then they've just been getting hit with shit.
It's not like they're possibly funding the other places or anything. That wouldn't happen, right?
No, it would never happen. They're not upset at all about losing in court.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Steam will probably end up just doing nothing and winning again. Because that's how just fucking rule the universe at this point, right?
Well, I mean, unfortunately, in this case, they'll probably spend a couple $100,000 and win, but
no.
Yeah, well, and then they'll put on one Steam sale and recoup all that money.
Exactly. And I will be happily giving them the money in that sale.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking hilarious. Oh man. But yeah.
Who needs to go fund me when you can just sell a product? Seriously.
Yeah, the usual assholes nipping at Steam's heels, and they'll probably just sort that out, and then we'll hear another story about this in a month later, and it'll just keep going in this cycle.
Yeah,
but
that's exactly
Steam's not going anywhere, and that's how it be.
No, Gabe just bought a new mansion. He's got bills to pay.
It was only $70 million. He's already got it paid off.
He probably paid that in cash.
Yeah.
He went there with quarters.
Oh my god!
Hey man, you gotta respect the rules.
What are those dump trucks pulling up? Those are your payments.
the biggest power move possible that
Oh
he
my
could
God.
pull right now. That would be a fucking amazing. That'd be a story we're talking about. If
Yeah.
he did that shit just drive up in one of these yachts, right? Just one of the quarter fleet of Gabe rolls up on your fucking at your pier. Here's those damages you guys wanted.
Yeah, he's got his regular yachts, and then he's got his quarter yachts.
Oh fuck. Gabe's quarter fleet, man. That's
Nice.
the pettiest shit in the world, but I would salute it. I would salute it as it passed by.
I'd salute it. He fucking earned it.
I fucking support it the whole way down. You kidding me? I will send him my quarters.
Fucking incredible. I have a jar of quarters that's just been doing nothing in my closet for years now. I would.
Quarters out for Gaben.
I have a little patch of quarters in my car in case I end up going through a toll booth when I'm traveling the country.
That's fair.
But hey, speaking of eating legal shit, you guys hear about how the Nintendo Power World stuff's going?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's going good for Nintendo.
It's good.
Nintendo wanted to block Power World. Now it faces a 0% chance and a measly $30,000 payout. Oh no. Public record shows Nintendo versus Pocket Pair case is practically wrapped up, and the best Nintendo can hope for is $30,000 chump change.
Well, and that's still only if they win.
Yep.
Which that's still debatable. I mean, I've heard it. It's Japan. Japan's got their shit weird in the courts, but even then, it hasn't sounded particularly good for Nintendo.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of hopeful that they lose and then have to pay Pocket Pair's court costs.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Yeah. Fast forward to today, as Power World 1.0 is about to launch on July 10th. A report from patent litigation experts at GamesFray reveals that the stakes in Nintendo's case have practically shrunk to nothing ahead of the Tokyo District Court hearing on October 1st, 2026. At this point, Nintendo has little to no chance of halting Power World in its tracks, and even if they win any of the remaining technical arguments, the maximum payout is capped at a measly $30,000, equivalent to 5 million yen. This chump change is hardly a victory for Nintendo. And yeah, considering the kind of money that's behind Power World now, it's dropping the bucket for them. So, legal implosion couldn't come at a better time for Pocket Pair. It's announced at Summer Games Fest. Power World 1.0 is officially locked in for a massive full launch on July 10th, completely leaving its early access era behind. Pocket Pair is going all in for 1.0 launch, promising the biggest content drop in the game's history, including access to Mysterious World Tree, more brand new pals, and any single previous update. And yeah, they've been doing a bunch of posts on Twitter with showing off a lot of new pals. They've been going with some interesting choices for the pals that they've been spotlighting. To try.
Is that how you want to post interesting choices? Okay.
Listen. Power World knows what gets the audience to come around looking. All right.
All
they know their audience. They already know their
Power
audience got
game
some monster fuckers hanging out. All right, like.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck. This full release should hopefully be the first fresh start the studio needs, and thanks to Nintendo's crumbling legal pressure, it's launched without a single dark cloud hanging over it. Good shit. Yeah, shout out to the monster fucker. Y'all made it happen for Pocket Pair. Good job. That's going as a title. We can make that a title as long as I censor it, right?
Yeah. That thing goes live on 1.0, though I may not see my husband for a little while.
You're going to have to dress up as one of the monsters.
I mean, halfway there.
I wouldn't be surprised when some Power World cosplay costumes exist already. I'm kind of
100%. You kidding me?
Yeah, they do. I've seen them.
Cosplay. Well, I mean, ones that you can even buy though, because I'm sure people have made their custom shit already, but
yeah, those kind of things don't usually fit over my ass, so.
Yep. They got a fucking. I forget what this pal's name. I forget what all the pals' names are, to be honest. But yes, the bodysuit costumes do exist, and you can buy one.
Wow.
That's good, man. Are we still getting those other like weird fucking like games that they were going to be doing, the dating sim and the fucking what was the other one? It was like a fucking Animal Crossing type thing, right? Like a Pal Farm or some shit, right?
Yeah, the Pal Farm thing. Hold on, I think I can look that up.
Yeah, it's in my wish list. Hold on. Hey man, I like certain kinds of games. That's it's Pal World.
Hey, listen, fair. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
Yeah, Pal World, Pal Farm.
Still
To
no
be
release date
announced.
on that.
Yeah. Well, it's also like the Pal dating thing isn't out yet either, even though they swear up and down that's not a joke.
I mean, because they also like put out another trailer for that, didn't they? And it looks like they were going to be going like a fucking like Doki Doki Literature Club kind of like vibe with it.
Yeah, it's a visual novel type thing with some creepiness to it potentially.
Yeah. Let's see. Game series report states the case is all but over, pending the hearing in October. Parties have completed their written pleadings and the submission of evidence, and due to Nintendo having to significantly narrow their lawsuit, it's only applied to old, outdated versions of Pal World, they can't touch the current iteration of the game, and certainly not the 1.0 release. Nice. Being offset, Pocket Bear addressed Nintendo's claims of ownership over certain game mechanics like the gliding with pals, throwing pals into battle by simply changing them in subsequent versions of the game. Because of subsequent patches, Nintendo continued narrowing its own lawsuit, effectively boxing itself into a corner. You'll love to see it. The whole farce, which included filing patents months after Pal World gameplay was first shown, was already a gross misuse of the patent system. For a patent to actually mean anything, it needs to be a genuine leap forward, not just a remix of things games have been doing for years. You don't get to own a gameplay loop just because you tweaked a menu. And yeah, like a lot of the bullshit they were like talking about, like the ability to just send a creature out to fight on your behalf and all that shit. Like, obviously, we'd already been over the concept that that already existed before even like Pokemon did, with shit like the monster battling in what's it called? Oh god,
like Shin Megami Tensei games and
Shin Megami Tensei, fucking Dragon Quest had shit like that. And then just all those things, right? So it's like it was always like built on a fucking foundation of sand, right? It was always going to fall apart. We just need to know how long it was going to take to fall apart, right? And I guess now we know. Yep. Here it is. We're there. It's done. And tried to do exactly that. They rushed to file divisional patents after Pal became a monster hit for Xbox Game Pass in January 2024. Wow, it's been going on for 2 years now? Fuck me.
Yeah.
Time flies like crazy, man. God damn. Trying to retroactively claim ownership over basic mechanics like aiming a ball and summoning a creature. By the time those patents were actually granted, Pocket Bear had already patched the game to remove the patent exposure. Damn, too slow. Get fucked. The Nintendo with a tiny window of time to claim damages, which amount to the 5 million yen, 30k USD. Given that a Japanese patent applies only to sales made in Japan, Nintendo has completely cut itself off from Pal World's massive global revenue. That being said, they're still attempting to gather patents in U.S. territory, which, I mean, I know they're getting fucked on that one. We've talked about at least a couple of different stories where that's blowing up in their face. So, sure you already know, but to add insult to injury, Nintendo's own annual report recently noted a staggering 40 million loss from patent litigation expenses elsewhere. Now, that's probably not just Pal World, because you know that Nintendo sues the fucking balls off of everybody for whatever the fuck, right? But that's still like the fact that they're spending that much and getting only this much back from Pal World is pretty funny, because probably most of that money is targeted squarely at Pal World as their greatest competitor right now. So, how about that? That's pretty funny. And of course, this is also the fact that they got their fucking ass blown out against Pal World means that we're going to see a lot of other game companies getting ready to do very Pokemon type shit, and without having to worry about Nintendo being able to get them legally. Like I know even fucking Hoyoverse is getting ready to do like a creature battle game. Like that's in the work. Like they're making a new gacha with like combination, like they're combining characters from all the other gachas that they have, and they're putting them in like a creature battle game that they're about to do. And there's also Azure Primalia, which is going to have like creature capture shit in it. And I feel like I've seen like one or two other like monster battle-esque games that have been announced recently that are going to be coming out too. So
There's like the Rizamon, I think was another one.
Which
is gonna be like a
Rizamon, yeah, like the crude. Yeah, the one that me and Rosa looked at a while back. I haven't heard anything about that game since we like played the demo though. Like no updates at all. So I'm not sure what's going on with them, to be honest.
Yeah, it's also still stuck in coming soon with no official release date.
Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna see anything about them in the coming days, but I mean, hopefully they get back on track and
but yeah, there
the game actually comes out. Because that demo was hilarious. That shit was great.
The demo was fucking hilarious.
Like Mugen, if you haven't checked out this game yet, this game called Rizamon, right? And essentially it's a Pokemon type thing, but like it's all like adult humor and shit. Like a lot of the Pokemon are like weird, like adult humor-esque like creatures. Got like Frigithought, which is like the sex appeal Pokemon, like Lopunny and like Gardevoir. Like imagine that, but like just like to the 10th degree of what that would look like, right? So like imagine the fan art of those Pokemon, and then just put that in an actual game, and that's what you.
Yeah, it's kind of like a South Park does Pokemon.
Kind of deal, yeah. And my favorite bit from that shit was like that I called like right before it happened. But I absolutely loved it. Is that like your rival character, right? Like your rival guy who is essentially your cousin, because you're paying like a guy in his 30s who's like a fucking loser, like living with his mom, kicked out of his house, right? And he's like, go on a Pokemon adventure, get the fuck out of my house, you fucking creep ass weirdo. Like, and that's your character, right? And your cousin is like this like super like jacked up, like lawyer, like he's like got a good job, a nice house, got a hot girlfriend, all that shit. Right, and he's like, "Oh, hey, so you got yourself a Rizamon? That's awesome. Hey, we should have a little practice battle. Let you get your feet wet a little bit." And I look over at Rosa, who's like on the controls while we're doing a video of the game. And it's like, it'd be so fucking funny if he's just got like a level 90 fucking like ridiculous like monster, and he just kicks the absolute shit out of you. And that's exactly what happened.
Oh my god,
that's asking for the game name.
It's called Rizamon, like Risimon, Rizamon.
Yep.
And yeah, like he just whips out like a level 80 like super ape or some shit. Like I forget what the thing is actually called, but it's an ape type like monster, and it one shots you, and it's like, oh well. He like after the fight, he's like, man, hate to see that happen, but hey, you'll get me next time. And I was losing my mind, dude. It's so good. Oh shit! And the Team Rocket of the game is like an actual like Antifa like terrorist group type thing. It's a whole fucking deal, man.
Some of the enemies
like riots in the streets, like fucking they're throwing Molotovs and shit at the police. It's fucking nuts. But yeah, I want to see that game in its entirety. I want to see that concept completed because it's such streamer bait, But I want to play it too. It was so much fun. Yeah, I recommend checking out that demo if you ever get the chance. Mugen. But anyway, yeah, Nintendo's getting fucked legally, and that's great. I that's a feel good moment for me. That's heartwarming, in my opinion. Yeah. But yeah, what else is going on? Oh yeah, this is happening. I think there might actually be a video for this somewhere. But hey, you guys know about the Umas at this point, right? We've talked about the Umas on occasion. Like I remember we had the story about like the Uma cosplayers who went to an actual racetrack and had an actual fucking foot race with each other while they were there. Because people are really into that Uma Musume, right? They really like it, and like the actual horse tracks in real life are leaning into the bit because it's getting people to come and see the races and shit. So that's cool. But now a different company is looking into a new concept here. Apparently, it's going to be car girls. It's called Project GT, and it's going to be players can race battle and all that shit with fucking girls that are based off cars, I guess. Which, I mean, honestly, I could have seen the shit coming because, like, shit like Azure Lane exists with, like, the ship girls and all that, like, content collection, all that shit, right? So it's like this. I feel like it's weird this didn't happen sooner,
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hang on. There's a note here. Crowdfunding camping mentioned in the article has no relation to the actual dev, who claims footage and assets were stolen to make a Kickstarter scam. Oh, well, shit. The fuck? Hang on. This is in a language I cannot read.
You just try harder.
Yeah, let me do that. Let me just try harder. Okay, so what the hell's actually going on here then? Because if that's because I thought I saw footage of this. Like I thought this was a real thing.
Footage does not make it real. It just means that someone made footage.
It's true.
Hang on.
Especially in our world.
Let's see the Kickstarter article here. Because I wonder if they have that footage anywhere. Oh yeah, I think it's it right here, maybe. Oh, never mind. It's.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, this whole thing blew up. Never mind, chat. False.
So no. It's not necessarily false alarm. Because there are devs, there are people making this game, but the Kickstarter itself, that was fake. That was someone else making fake footage and putting it up and trying to scam people. But there are devs currently making this game.
But there isn't actual footage for this yet. No,
there's no actual footage. It's just in.
Okay, but this is a concept that they're trying to make happen.
Yes. So
okay. Well, then I stand by my previous statement in that I'm surprised this didn't happen sooner. Honestly.
Yeah.
I would have thought.
I mean, we got gun girls before we got car girls, so.
True.
It's a little shocking.
A bit. But like, I do find it a little odd, and like I think somebody brought this up in the comments where it's like a big part of the like appeal of Uma Musume, as someone who has actually played the game, is that they do kind of try to mix in like the actual personalities and the like career stories of the horses, right? Whether that's, Gold Ship being a fucking horrific like demon horse, right? that cost people like a shit ton of people a shit ton of money, like they gambled on him, and all that shit. Or like the whole thing with Silent Suzuka, who tragically died during a race because of an ankle injury and had to be like put down, and how that story was kind of like retooled in the in the game to have a happier ending and all that, right? So, but like, what do you do with cars exactly? Because they're fucking cars.
I mean, there are people who would argue that cars do actually have a bit of personality, but nothing nearly as real as fucking horses do. But yeah, it's probably going to be a bit more soulless and just focusing on pretty girl thing.
Yeah,
that's it.
I just don't know if it's going to be able to like get the traction then that Uma Musume got, because like I do think like,
cars famously get traction.
I do think it's possible to personify cars. I mean, look at how men love their cars in general, or at least the car guys. Look at how they love their cars. I mean, it's kind of no different from ship people or anybody who loves a specific inanimate object. There is an ability to project a human character into it. If you have good writers, if you have people who maybe even reach back into the history of each model of car, for example, and bring some of that into it, you have a possibility to create a very rich lore that is also highly sexualized because men are weird.
That's fair.
You know what? Yeah, because I did bring up Azure Lane earlier, and like that's, I mean, all those girls are based off of ships, right? But that game does fucking gangbusters every month, even now, even though it's like a decade old at this point. Like that game's been going for a fucking while, but because the gameplay is serviceable and the designs are strong, and there's also a lot of sexual appeal there, and something like this could definitely work as long as again, like the gameplay is strong. The designs of the characters themselves are strong, right? They're eye-catching. Yeah, I suppose they could probably make this work.
I mean, that's the thing, is they have to go all in on it. Like, you can't half-ass it. You have to go all in, or it's not going to work as a concept.
Yeah, but if this ends up resulting in an increase in news stories of people sticking things that they shouldn't up tailpipes, I'm going to be real upset.
As long as they're not touching my car, I don't give a fuck. They can stick things wherever they want, as long as it's not mine.
Well, they're going to argue in court that the car touched them. So.
They can argue whatever they want. They can argue it in front of the thing that I have that I'm not going to say because I'm on YouTube.
Oh, man. It's bad enough when people would pour sugar in your gas tank. Now it's whole something different.
That's rough. That's a rough one. Oy, but speaking of rough ones, man, I think we should probably talk about our signature story here. Our
thumbnail story.
Thumbnail story.
Look at the thumbnail.
Yeah,
because I've forgotten.
Well,
oh yes.
Okay, guys, let's talk about Xbox, because Xbox is having a bit of a rough time of it right now. It's looking a real shaky in the games division at the moment. So more than 20,000 Xbox fans are asking Microsoft to remove paid online multiplayer, saying, "Oh wait, no, this is a different thing. Hang on." Here we go. I mean, I guess that they're also dealing with that, but yeah, Ninja Theory staff were told on a call today the studio is being shut down by Xbox. Ninja Theory is hoping a potential buyer can save the studio. Sorry, I forgot to shut tab. Yeah, so Ninja Theory is getting shut down, but it's not the only one. I believe there's some other... Oh yeah, Double Fine is also having issues. What else? There's another one, I think. Was Don't Nod also under Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Don't Nod...
That was the one
that's one you put in?
The story for Don't Nod.
Yeah, okay, so this is breaking then. Yeah, Don't Nod, developers of games like Life is Strange and Vampire, will see its cash reserves depleted by November, as Tencent has no intention of further investment. Oh, that's Tencent. That's not Xbox specifically then. Oh, okay. I think I'm a little all over the place
Tencent's
here.
involvement does not mean it's not another company as well, but
No, I gotcha. But let's focus on Xbox for the moment, because that's I feel like that's the big one most people are talking about here, and I know fucking Grum's has been posting about it pretty much all fucking day, man. Like he's going off on it. And I know Grum's can get a little lost in the sauce from time to time, but he was a previous game dev, and he probably does still have the connections with people who are in current game dev currently. So at least some of what he's saying is probably true. And that Xbox having a real hard time of it. A lot of talk about layoffs, studios closing down, but there has also been the mention about how a good number of those studios that have been named specifically, they've had some dealings with certain consultant companies that we've heard the name of before. I believe everyone here has heard the name Sweet Baby, perhaps, before now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have been tainted.
Yeah, Double Fine was one such studio that had some Sweet Baby in there, and Anita Sarkeesian specifically apparently worked with them on Psychonauts 2, which I don't remember people really talking much about. I mean, before, when it got announced, people were excited about it, but then when it happened, and it just kind of passed by, I didn't really hear about it the way I heard people talk about Psychonauts 1, so I'm not really sure what the hell happened there, but...
That's because Psychonauts 2 did not do well. No one's talking about it. Well? There's a reason for it.
Well, I mean, Psychonauts, the first game, I never really heard much about the first game during the time that released. I think it has its own little niche, fans, but I don't think it was ever an IP that really, everybody was gravitating towards. Because even when they announced the second game, I was like, "Oh, cool!" But it wasn't something I gotta go get and stuff. So
so a smaller dedicated fan base, but even those people, I just feel like I didn't really hear anything from those people who were the Psychonauts faithfuls, right? They didn't really end up saying anything about it. Yeah, it's it looks like Double Fine's probably going to go down, and I don't know, man. I'm a little conflicted about that one, because I feel like I played a couple of Double Fine games that I did like, because Brutal Legend was also Double Fine, wasn't it?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure Brutal Legend was. I don't know if you ever heard of that one, Bear. It was it was
Jet Black and was that the game with Jet Black in it?
Yeah. Jack Black was the main character, and it was a whole fantasy world that was inspired by legends of metal and rock, right? They got Ozzy Osbourne in there, they got fucking Slash in there, and then a few other people whose names I forget. But I mean, I did like that game, at least in concept. I mean, I'll be 100% honest. it wasn't a good game, but it was an interesting game. You know what I mean?
It was advertised a lot because I remember a lot of magazines, and they made a big deal. Jet Black was in the game and stuff, like the main character and stuff. But I never bought the game. It didn't appeal to me and stuff. Like, but I remember it was highly marketed at one point.
Yeah, no, I tried it out because I thought it seemed cool, and like that was Jack Black in like the cooler era. Like that was more like Tenacious D Jack Black as opposed to like the fucking weird like preschool kindergarten Minecraft Jack Black we have nowadays. But yeah, I mean, I was interested and I picked it up and I tried it and I played it all the way through, and I'm like, man, that game was kind of mid. It's kind of mid, to be honest. Like overall, just gameplay wise, like the concept itself again was still really cool. The environments were amazing to look at and all that shit, but like the game itself just was kind of meh to play, and I think probably it ended up not doing all that great. I feel like it was like back when video game because this was also back when video game magazines were still a thing, and I'm pretty sure it ended up getting scored pretty like mediocre as well. So I guess Double Fine's never really had like a solid hit aside from Psychonauts. Like Psychonauts is probably like the best game that they put out. And then everything else after that was just kind of mediocre-ish, and it's like that kind of sucks. But but if they start throwing their hat in with Anita Sarkeesian and Sweet Baby, then I mean, all I could do is shrug, man. It's like, hey, anybody could have told you what would have happened, but you made that choice.
I mean, in my personal opinion, even Anita had nothing to do with it. This company was getting shut down anyway. It was all part of like Microsoft was fucking up since Xbox One. They haven't recovered since, and I believe like the accurate acquisitions, like I said before, of Activision Blizzard and Bethesda and stuff like that, that shit cost a lot of money, and they were expecting some returns. And these studios, in order to get some of those returns, they're going to start chopping them. Like I said, the Hi-Fi Rush, great game, still shut that studio down. You know what I'm saying? So even if they were involved, I think this studio was going to get shut down anyway. Even if they weren't involved or not, it was getting shut down. So I don't think it had a lot to do with Sweet Baby Inc. or whatever. I mean, they're a symptom or whatever you want to call, but they was going to get shut down regardless. These studios were getting shut down regardless. To me, it sounded like Microsoft wanted to get rid of Xbox. It's like they don't want like no parts of Xbox, because Microsoft is a big company, and when it comes to Xbox, it's just a little pet project to them. And to me, it's like it's just want to kill it off altogether. And if this is the way to do it, they're going to do it. Yeah.
So I think Xbox runs into two problems. For one, they've been losing a lot of money. And then for two, they went on an enormous buying spree. And that lost them even more money, especially when you then bring an independent game or independent studio into a corporate culture, pack them full of a bunch of unnecessary people, which just totally destroys the people who actually made the original game. But it does serve Microsoft in one important way, in that when they close these studios down, with few exceptions, they typically remain owners of the IPs. So that means these people can't just go off and then create competition in other ways by continuing the same IPs they work on. Now they have to go off and make something entirely new. Which honestly is, I mean, for the love of God, it's Microsoft. So let's face it, we already knew they were evil. But it is distinctly evil in its own way.
Yeah. I'll also say something we've learned is that them losing money with these studios isn't them necessarily losing money, because it becomes a tax write-off thing. There are a lot of loopholes involved here to make them still profitable acquisitions.
Yeah, but there's also just the fact that these studios really aren't doing a whole lot for them in recent years. So
they can't because of the corporate culture thing again.
There's definitely that. But it's like when you actually look at like some of the numbers, like again, I went and found Grums' thing because I saw him post some numbers from Steam for each of these studios that are apparently going under. And I found this. So we got Ninja Theory, right? We got the Senua game and Bleeding Edge. I never even heard of this one.
I heard of Bleeding Edge, but the whole Hellblade, I never thought was an interesting game since they announced it before Microsoft bought them. To me, it's like a glorified tech demo to me. I never seen any interest in it. So these are like mid games, like to me, in my personal opinion. They was nothing to write home about.
Yeah, but didn't Ninja Theory used to make like cool games? I feel like I
really,
remember them they used to make like good shit. Like
wait, who didn't Ninja Theory was the ones that created Heavenly Sword? Was that them?
Yeah, I think so. Let me.
Yeah, but I know
they were Heavenly Sword.
Yeah,
they also did DMC.
DMC, I'm about to say that.
DMC Devil May Cry.
No, just the DMC one. So
yeah, DMC.
I had no issue with that one. Really. I like the story. I like the story to that DMC. But I understand my fans would be upset because it's not the original Dante and how they did it.
It's Netflix Devil May Cry, but like, well, not as bad as that.
It's so much better than that. It is.
I thought it was interesting. I thought it was really interesting the story, how they portrayed the story in the world. I liked it, in my personal opinion. But I can understand why fans. Didn't like it. So
yeah, I mean, in the end, I feel like it was just a bit like try hard, you know,
in
a way that Dante never really was. Like Dante was always just kind of like the goofy wahoo wacky pizza man, right? Like that's kind of like the meme surrounding original Dante through like the first 3. Well, I mean, not Devil May Cry 2, that one we didn't really talk about, but like 1, 2, 4, 5, like, you know, that's the Dante people typically like, right? And then you have Dante is what people typically call the one from DMC, and like it was so like actively like combative with the original Devil May Cry. Like, you know, everyone always calls back that scene where like a fucking mop falls on his head, he's got white hair, he's like, oh, not in a million years, and all that shit, right? So people typically don't take that sort of thing well, you know.
I remember that. And
again, it was trying a little too hard to be edgy with like that, you know. I was thinking that one scene with like the fuck you
you remember the time that came out, that during that time it came out, everything was edgy, like everybody was going for that edge back then. I remember
even then it felt kind of try hard, you know. That's just me, but I get where you're coming from too, though. Like from what I've seen of the gameplay, it looks like the gameplay is fine. Like,
no, the gameplay was actually like really good. I liked it personally, but I can understand why fans didn't like it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and then moving on to Double Fine's even way worse. Holy
like I never heard of most of these fucking games. I seriously.
And then Compulsion. Well, Compulsion we know about. Right, we know about South of Midnight and that whole fucking like everything around that.
And that game was mid.
Yeah, because I didn't play it, but like I looked at the trailers for it and I'm just like, yeah, this just doesn't really spark any interest in me. Right, like that was like the main problem with me with South of Midnight. Like, because with a lot of these games that are like South of Midnight with like, you know, Sweet Baby involvement and all that shit, it's just whenever I see a trailer for it, I don't feel anything. You know what I mean? Like, it just I see it and it's like they show off gameplay and like the story and all that shit. And it's like, yeah, it's just I don't feel anything for this, right? Like and it's like the exact opposite of when I see something like Tokon Battle Souls, right? And I see that and I was like, holy shit, this looks so fucking cool.
I can't.
Man, look at the Iron Man suit design. Looks like fucking Gundam. That's so awesome. But yeah, it's like that sparks excitement, right? Whenever I see shit like South of Midnight, I'm just like, yeah, okay, it's like another movie narrative game, and that's you know, and the characters all look very bland, and okay.
Plus, she jumped around and collected little white floofs.
Yeah, that's cool. I guess. I don't know. It's just there's nothing like visually interesting enough about it to be like, yeah, I'd play that. And then with We Happy Few, like, I don't know. I just didn't really end up hearing much about that game.
No, I never heard of it.
I've heard of it. Like, I know what that game is. I just, like, once it happened, again, it's one of those that just kind of came and went.
Yeah, like
came and went.
Yeah, I look at these games. I say I see why they cut them. Like most of these games, either I never heard of or they just were mid at best.
Mm-hmm. And then Arcane. Well, Arcane really got the shit end of the stick with. I know there was a lot of like a lot of rush with that whole thing, a lot of crunch, and you know they're essentially forced to put the game out way before it was ready, and you know people saw that when they actually played it, and all the glitches and nonsense and garbage and bullshit like that. I feel a little bad for them, to be honest, because maybe that game could have been all right. I mean, it was still like cringe, like the characters that were involved, like all the characters that were in it, you know, Zoomer humor and Zoomer like dialogue and all that shit. Like, it was still cringe. Maybe it could have at least been like a game that was fun to play. You know, at least that, maybe, if they had the time to polish it up. But I mean, yeah.
Sure, but I mean, even if you discount Redfall, what was the last game from them that was good?
I don't know. I thought
No,
I thought Redfall was like their only thing.
Yeah. From Arcane? No, they
No,
they're the
Arcane
people
is
who
some
did
stuff. I don't know
Dishonored.
yet.
What they make?
Dishonored.
That was them?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Fuck. That's a hell of a vibe shift between that
They
and
made
fuck what
that-
Redfall ended
and
up being. Jesus Christ.
Just prior to this, they did Deathloop. Which
yeah,
was, yeah.
I didn't have to hear
wow.
much
Not a
about
good
that
game.
game either, to be honest.
It was not solid.
But again, didn't they get that Game of the Year or some shit or some award? I can't. Deathloop.
Deathloop did? I think
Deathloop did.
Yeah, Deathloop, I do believe did.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that shit. I could not believe that shit, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
Did
not.
you play it?
Oh no,
No, I just didn't see. I don't know. I just didn't get Game of the Year vibes from that.
I don't know that anybody really played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
I mean,
the thing.
man,
It didn't sound like
you can
it
next
did.
year tell me that you're not looking forward to the nomination for next mixtape for Game of the Year.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Yeah. Oh, you know it's gonna be some. Oh, you know it's gonna be some shit during that season when it comes to that. You know it's gonna be some shit. Twitter about to be heated.
If that happens, Twitter won't be heated. I'll be heated. Fuck.
Okay, I know at the very least it's probably going to get into the games for impact category.
Oh, 100%. It had a huge
or indie. I mean, if it wins indie, I swear I will. There has got to be any better game out there. I don't care if it's a fucking roguelite or whatever. At least it should have goddamn actual gameplay.
It will have will just show off the gameplay.
Or be
The tongue
actually
section.
indie. Either of
That
those
would
two.
help too.
The tongue section was gameplay. Not good gameplay. Not interesting gameplay. Not desirable gameplay, but it was gameplay. Had an effect on what was happening.
Shut up.
Yeah, fucking nutty, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Arcane's also the people that put out the Wolfenstein Youngblood. So this is another company that has kind of needed to be.
Yeah, man. I see why they cut them. Like, I see why
Their modern audience just a little too hard, right?
Yeah, and it was so sad about is they absorbed these companies and then just got just deleting them, absorbing companies, deleting them.
Bit of an EA thing going on, right?
Yeah, they could have just let these companies be their own thing if that's the case. You acquiring them and just getting rid of them.
Yep. Yeah.
Unfortunately, the companies often pursue these things because they think, if I get in with the big publisher, then they'll give me the money and I can make whatever I want. No, that's not how that works.
That's so true. That's so true.
Nah, because that's when the consultants come in. That's when the fucking the what do you call them? The people that check and make sure that there's nothing too offensive or too provocative or any of that shit. The fun killers. That's when the fun killers come in. Kill all the fun, and then they make you put the game out with no fun, and then your studio dies.
I'm just gonna say because I know Arcane specifically. Arcane was bought in 2021. They had already been going downhill. I don't think their purchase is what caused them to get fucked. I think they were on a downward trajectory for a while before that. And frankly, they might have gone under sooner had they not been purchased.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a thing that's been infecting Western gaming in general, just across the board, with a few exceptions here and there. Typically, indie projects that don't have to capitulate to like all these standards and bullshit that the AAA industry does. So, yeah, there's that to be said. But I do wonder if we'll end up seeing massive cuts because Xbox again cutting a lot of studios. Like maybe we'll start to see Sony do the same with some of their less performing studios.
Yeah, the game industry bubble got too big. It did the budgets, the developers games had blown up. You know what I'm saying? And we have to start downsizing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it had to do with COVID lockdowns. This is where companies saw the most money they've ever seen because we was locked home. Bunch of gamers, like even Netflix, the streaming services, they saw all this money. The game studios saw all this money during lockdowns, and they thought that we was going to be locked down for the next 10 years. So they banked everything. They banked everything on this. They started acquiring studios, hiring more people, thinking that, hey, we hit the big bucks, you know, but we were locked down. That wasn't real life. That wasn't really real life. We were locked down, you know, and now they're paying for it. Now
we were desperate.
Exactly. Now they're paying for it. Now they are paying for it, you know. And as I mentioned before, when it comes to game development and game design, the whole process, culture and society moves faster than game design. And during the time when these games were being made, during the time when these games were made, it was at the height of wokeness, DEI, all this kind of other crazy stuff that they were doing, and they were making games at that time. But these games be taking 4, 5, and 6 years. So by that time, culture war happened. You know, people are fighting back, pushing back this stuff, and now you have games that's releasing and dying on arrival because those games took too long because they made them at the height of this stuff, and now they're finally coming out, and the culture already moved on and stuff like that. So
and it's like these kind of games don't even hit even in their own time, like when the shit was at its peak, right? Even at its peak, people, like the actual people who buy video games, don't want to play games that do nothing but lecture them and shit on them for, you know, liking cool characters and attractive women and fucking swords and lasers, all the cool shit, right? Like,
and you also got to remember too,
that became off limits.
The ESG money back then, they were getting the ESG money, so you was able to crap out as many of these as you could, because they was getting from Vanguard, BlackRock, they was getting all that type of money. The money dried up now. The money is dried up. They're not getting that stuff anymore.
It's done, it's cut, it's over. And now we're gonna have to start competing again with the East that's putting out like these crazy games. Like, you know, Korea's been stepping up, China's been stepping up. You know, Japan's still solid for the most part. They got some infiltrators from the West trying to get in there and fuck things up. But Japan is still solid for the most part. And like they got people with unbelievable work ethics who are willing to do all kinds of crazy shit to get these games out in much quicker time and with much more efficient budgets, right? Like we talk about shit like
this isn't nothing more efficient than slave labor.
Well, I mean, okay, so yeah, they have their issues, but I mean, they're still winning. So,
but
there's only so much you can say about that. I can't say anything to how, you know, China and Korea like tend to, you know, do their business, right? I can't stop that, but I mean,
right.
I still use an iPhone, man. I know, like the children in the copper mine still mine that copper from my iPhone. I can't say shit at this point. So.
Oh, well, that makes your iPhone a collector's item, really.
Like it up. But yeah, because it very much want to speak to the budgets and like the time taken, because it's ballooned so far out of control with all the fucking bureaucracy and shit that slows down every single process in terms of actually creating something. Somebody pointed out how South of Midnight specifically is on the list here. Apparently had a budget or estimated budget of $100 million, right? $100 million.
Like what the fuck?
Where and then somebody compared to fucking Clair Obscur, right, which came in and just swept everything, swept all the awards, sold a bajillion copies, was absolutely fucking incredible as a game, right? The hype was not overstated. That game was actually fucking awesome, and had like a $10 million budget. That's it. That's all it took. $10 million.
Yeah,
and good game.
To put it in perspective, South of Midnight sold maybe 90,000.
There was something I saw out there that said it actually sold 500,000.
Yeah, and not only did it take $100 million
players because of Game Pass.
Oh right, yeah.
Those were not sales.
Yeah, and not only did it, you know, take $100 million to make this fucking game, it took like 6 or 7 years to make this game.
Yep.
For what?
So I do want to just say quick too. This list by this time next year, we're gonna probably see another one of these lists. Probably sooner than that. Well, here's the part you're probably not gonna like. Bethesda's gonna be on that list.
That's the question that I had. That's the question that I had. What's going to happen to like Bethesda? What's going to happen to like Activision Blizzard and stuff? Like, what's going to happen to all these IPs? Like, what's going to happen? Like, that's the crazy part. Overwatch and stuff.
I actually thought I saw I forgot to grab it, but I thought I saw a post saying something along the lines of Bethesda is also downsizing to just the studios that are working on Elder Scrolls and Fallout, and that's it. Yes, and everything else is just getting tossed out. So,
which I'm gonna be honest, probably for the best, because we've seen now when they try to work on other IPs, they don't have it. It's not in them to do that.
Well, I'm not really a Fallout guy. I always thought Fallout was just overrated. You know, like even back then, like it had some of the most.
Everybody played Skyrim.
I don't care for Skyrim either. Not into Western RPGs. I really don't like Western RPGs. Like, don't care for them.
That's just not your preference.
Yeah, it's just not my thing. Eastern RPGs. That's my thing. Western RPGs, not. I just can't get into them.
Fair enough.
But I know I do respect the fact is that yes, Skyrim is good, but it's just not my thing. You know, but Fallout, always thought Fallout was overrated because especially back in the day, the Fallout fanboys, like if it was any other studio, they had like the glitches and the bugs and the shit that they had, like people would get on those companies. But for some reason, Fallout can do it and get away with that shit. And once Fallout 76 happened, that's when everybody started getting the backlash and and stuff like that. I said, no, this shit been happening for years. Like now y'all finally saying something about the shit that Bethesda been getting away with for years. Like, nah.
Yeah, 76 was like especially egregious. But like, there's also just the fact that that Bethesda and like the Elder Scrolls series in particular just has this rabid, autistic, dedicated fan base that is ready and waiting to like these motherfuckers are like when like a car like a NASCAR is like comes into the bay to like get the tire swapped out and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, these motherfuckers. They come in with the mods and they just fucking fix everything in like a couple of months, and then they run right back out, right? And they get ready for the next. They get ready for the next Bethesda game to do that with.
Even the most fervent audience for it, though. I mean, it's been called Bugfesta for decades.
Right. Yeah, but without those people willing to come in and like fix everything, I feel like they probably wouldn't have gone as strong as they have.
No,
years, right?
Absolutely. That their games are built off the modders. It is not the games themselves that are. They're just giving people the tools.
Yeah, but now we're at the point where they can't even like put out a new fucking Elder Scrolls, right? Like the thing is that when they announced the Elder Scrolls 6, right? That was like they showed us that mountain range or whatever the fuck that was. That was back when E3 was still a thing. Like to put that into context, right? E3 was still a thing when we saw that.
And I wasn't even impressed with Starfield. This shit
nobody else.
Ass. I was like, the moment they announced it, like, this shit gonna be ass. And then we finally saw some gameplay, so I was like, oh, so Fallout in space. That's all this is gonna be then. It's gonna be buggy. The frame rate was ass. I'm like, dog, this shit is not gonna be good. It looked generic as hell. It looked boring as shit. I was like, this game is not going to do well. I said that shit.
Yeah. Just to as far as Elder Scrolls 6 thing goes now, just to put it in perspective, it has been longer from now to the release of the trailer than it was from the release of the trailer to the release of Skyrim.
Damn.
Oh fuck. But hey man, looking forward to the next Skyrim release.
Yeah, it was back in the 2010s, wasn't it?
2011 was the release of Skyrim, and then 2018 was the release of the trailer.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I am sitting here. I'm waiting. I am seated for Skyrim Ultra Turbo Championship Edition. All right, I'm ready for it.
It's gonna play on your Apple Watch.
He's milking the hell out of Skyrim. Milking the hell out of that.
That's all they got, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen, I'm telling you, like Elder Scrolls 6, like they're gonna bring it out again. It's just 3 kids in a trench coat. Right? Like,
well, they put out the Oblivion remake to fund the terribly received Starfield DLC. So, I mean, they're desperate for money. They've got to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We just don't know how bad it is yet, but I feel like we're a month or two away from.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The next one of these lists is going to have Bethesda on it.
It's going to be that clip from Smiling Friends with Mr. Boss being like, dude, we are so fucked. Straight up.
What's gonna happen with Doom? Like,
oh man, like, well, because they got a DLC coming out, and I don't know, but like, I'll be honest, man. Did you touch Dark Ages yet, Mugen?
No, all I had was the Doom Eternal. My dad got the Doom, the Dark Ages.
How do you feel about it?
Me personally, like, at the Eternal, I was like, they didn't have to go back and do a prequel. They could have just tried something else, but I don't know. The fact is that when I start seeing like they made it more of like an open not I wouldn't call it open world, but it kind of took away some of that chaos where like the other Doom games, you go through a corridor or a room, you're trapped in a room, and you got to move around, and it's all about the moving around and the strategy and stuff. But when you start making things more open and stuff, it kind of just took out some of that type of feeling that the Eternal, I think Eternal's is the sharpest version.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah,
because like I played all three, right? I played 2016 and I played Eternal, and I liked Eternal more than 2016, and then I played Dark Ages, and I did not like Dark Ages as much.
Yeah, my dad was disappointed.
Eternal was that was like the perfect. They found a great balance of like just everything in Eternal. That was a perfect Doom game.
Yeah, my dad was disappointed in the Dark Ages because he has this 2016 Eternal and the Dark Ages, and I mean he took a day off from work.
to play Dark Ages.
He to play Dark Ages, and he was just he was disappointed in it.
I didn't finish it. I just kind of
my dad
like, lost it. I just lost interest because I don't know.
I mean, the parry meta it wasn't for you. What? No.
Well, I mean. So I don't mind the parrying, but I do think a big part of it was the fact that they took out like the finishers, like the way that the Eternal had them, where you could run in and like tear off a piece of them, then beat them to death with it and all that shit, right? Like they took that out entirely from Dark Ages, and it's like, yeah, we're losing a bit of the raw, like visceral fucking nature that
testosterone
you want from a modern Doom game, right? And it's like, I'm not feeling this as much.
I think the pacing that they had set with the prior games, with how you are supposed to expect going through a level, and changing it to do the parry and the shield stuff in general for Dark, was a mistake.
Yeah, and the open world shit. I'm with Mugen on the open world thing. I don't think that was a good move either. It's not. Because there's just too much. There's too much like empty space between the next fight, and especially when you're going like back around to like try and find all the collectibles and shit, and you're just. Like there's nothing there because you already killed all the enemies. You're kind of just like jogging across the battlefields or whatever. It's like, like it just kind of sucks because like it was when you're playing Eternal, it's just a much more streamlined thing. Like there are secrets that you can kind of check as you go throughout the stage, and then you're into the next arena and you're in the next fight and it's happening, and then you're going like to like in the corridor to the next arena. There's probably some other secrets you can like do a quick scrub for, and then you're into the next fight and you're in there and you're killing shit again. Like it was a much better pacing to a game, what you would expect from a game like Doom. So yeah. And that's what a big part of what contributed me just kind of getting bored and moving on from Dark Ages. So it's like I would like to be excited for a Dark Ages DLC, but at this point I'm just like, and it sucks. It's like that spear looks cool, man, but I don't think I just can't bring myself to play it again, so I can like finish it and be ready for the DLC, you know. But I mean, fair enough. I get to save some money now. I can, spend that on fucking Grand Blue Relink next month instead, or whatever, right? Or Lords of the Fallen 2, or Mortal Shell 2, all that good shit. Or Tokon, right?
Can't wait.
Et cetera, et cetera. There's a bunch of good shit on the way. Yeah, I want to go see Tupac in Stranger Than Heaven. That shit is nutty, man. That's some old E3 style shit right there. Like back in the day when when something happened at E3, it's like, what the fuck? Like that was one of those, right?
I'm just impressed they got him to come out of retirement for that. It's just
yeah, that was wild, crazy. Oh man. Anyway, all right. So I think that's pretty much all the major stuff covered for the evening. Was there anything else I skipped over that I wanted to go back and touch on? All right. There was this. So I know we've spoken a couple of times about the give up machine, right? The fucking cute girl AI bot you can chat with, or the little hologram thing you can put on your desk. That's a cute little anime girl and whatnot. But we're not done yet. We're keeping at it. These new anime girl earbuds have an ASMR mode built into them.
Wow.
It's like, nah. That makes it sound like a waifu is whispering in your ear. Developers
just fucking no. What the fuck?
Listen, Rada, there's a lot of lonely men out there, right? There's a loneliness epidemic, Rada. We got to do something about it.
Have they considered talking to each other?
No, that's against no. Fuck that.
Just go out and have a beer. Go fishing. Go hunting. Do something. Just don't listen to strange women in your earbuds. That cannot be good for you.
Listen, Rada, I don't think you understand how bad things are between men and women.
Yeah, things are really bad.
That's why I'm not saying go hang out with women. You noticed I did not say go talk to women.
But they want women, though. That's
I didn't say go interact with women. I said go hang out with the bros. That's what I said.
Rada, they want a woman. They want a girlfriend or a wife, right?
Yes, well, until they can find one that is somewhat sane, go hang out with the bros. Don't let these whispery things in your head, because all they're going to do is fuck with your brain, and you're not going to be able to find an actual girl because you're going to be listening to these little whispery things in your head, and one day you're going to wake up and it's going to tell you to do shit and you're going to end up in jail.
Whoa. Things have escalated.
I wish I had some earbuds. I wish I had some earbuds nearby. It's like for the bit, I just like put them in as Rod is like shouting. It's like so much better.
No, earplugs.
My wife
just earplugs. It's Rod. I'm gonna make a mistake here and say, actually, I'm not against this.
No, Jesus Christ.
No, I'm not. Look, I'm not big on the whispers stuff, but I actually do partake in enjoying ASMR. It helps me sleep. I have terrible insomnia. I have found that there are certain kinds of triggers that they do that relax me and get me to sleep. So if they made an earbud that was better attuned to those sorts of sounds, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to me. Like I said, if it's super whispering stuff, I don't know about that. But in general, I'm not opposed to this sort of thing.
Have you tried binaural beats?
Yeah, I have. I've made my own. I've tried a whole bunch of other people's ones, and they've just never worked quite right for me.
They'll ever say they include exclusive audio designed to create intense immersion for fans. It's like, they say intense immersion, you're probably thinking like it's gonna be I'm guessing all that shit, right? Like, but what I actually think it is, probably just like, you're doing okay. Everything's gonna be all right. You're trying really hard, like just like almost the self-help like fucking Batman AI videos, like but it's an anime girl saying it to you. It's like, you can do it. You can get that promotion. You're gonna be okay. You'll have a house of your own someday, and a car, and and all that. Just like actual real life like affirmations and.
Nah, it's gonna be reprogramming their brains. That's what it's gonna do. It's gonna be fucking up their heads.
It's gonna be daily affirmations with Stuart Smalley.
Okay, fine. I can get behind that. If it's actually Stuart Smalley, I'm totally for that. That's fine.
Oh, there's an actual article on this. Hang on.
Yeah, like I said, I assume it's just going to be noise blocking is what it's really talking about here, as far as it's immersive. Which again, I'm not against that. It just depends on how effective they are, what they cost, etc.
Okay, teamed up with Shift Up to create a pair of revolutionary wireless earphones. Make it sound like an anime girl in the room with you, bringing in a whole new level of version. Special $70 version of the ZE500 wireless earbuds revolves around Anise Star, idol version, one of the main characters from Goddess of Victory Nike, Shift Up's popular sci-fi gacha shooter. Anise is one of the first characters players encounter in the game, and she's known for her easygoing personality. According to the product page, fans who purchase this collab will be able to experience what the devs call intense immersion, as well as exclusive voice guidance that will make you feel closer to Anise every time you put them in. Now, quite what this intense immersion entails is anyone's guess, as both Shift Up and the earphones makers have remained tight-lipped. However, the devs have revealed that they recorded some super special voice audio that is exclusive to this collab. Besides
I don't like this.
Fuck. Besides the ASMR feature, you'll also be able to hear the anime girl's voice every time you adjust the controls. Plus, get up to 18 hours of listening every time with the charging case, and you can spend almost an entire day listening to it. You really want to.
I don't want a little anime voice whispering in my ear. Volume going up. I don't need that.
We're done. We're so done. This is the end of the human race. Our replacement rate is already troubling. It's about to become catastrophic.
We're gonna get negatives.
Yep.
Well, I mean, considering abortions and all that, I think we might already be in negatives technically.
No, we're at like 1.2 or something silly like that.
Oh fuck! But yeah, the line of give up machines has expanded, and
please scroll up. Do not be down that low.
No, we already talked about the foot game last.
I know we did. And I don't need to see that shit anymore.
He didn't like the first time. The second time is not helping.
No.
Oh fuck! You could always go all in on a pair of USAir earbuds with the body pillow of the. It comes in a pack.
Did you just say you can buy a body pillow to go with the voice?
Yep, $90.
Is that how I'm parsing that? Does anybody else want to try to argue in favor of this?
At least it's just a body pillow, I guess.
Just a body pillow.
Be a doll.
Wait, first it was just a voice, then it's just a body pillow. What's next? Next is a doll.
Listen.
After that, it's an AI cyborg that whispers in your ear while you're at work. And before you know it, there are people out there robbing banks. Just saying.
Rod,
hey, look.
I'm sorry to tell you this, Rod. Detroit Become Human will be a thing eventually. The sex bots are coming.
Yes.
Not yet, and they won't, but plenty of men will.
The Nikkei brand sex bots.
Oh my Jesus
are in development right now.
They can be so much better than normal humans because
when sex bots get better and better, it's a wrap.
Yeah,
and then you can make them your favorite waifu. It's over.
I'm so glad I already enslaved my own man.
It's an all-in-one sex bot.
And don't do the art. Do not make the artificial womb that you can install in them. It's over. It's over, dog.
Gotta harvest the eggs. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, actually, that'll help with the birthday.
It's essentially the fucking Rick and Morty bit, right? Like with Morty fucking the sex doll that like has the like womb built into it or whatever.
Yeah, no, like
that's just gonna be real. That's gonna be real life.
Yeah, dog. Like them sex dolls is looking much. Even the sex dolls that they have, that's like human size. They looking more and more realistic. Like I said, I'm in the I'm through the 3D hentai stuff, so I also like dabble to see what's going on and just like that sphere and stuff. And these dolls are getting more and more real. They got dudes that actually do reviews of them and have them lay on the bed and they look like really. One guy had Android 18 from Dragon Ball Z and it looks just like her. It looks so damn real, life size, and have her posing on the bed. I mean, she's a sex doll. And I said, man, imagine when these bitches start looking more realistic, able to move and talk and shit like that. It's a wrap.
Having an existential crisis over here.
Yeah, and then they're gonna install the learning AI inside them. I'm telling you, James Cameron had it wrong, bro. Terminators are not gonna look like metal skeletons. They're gonna look like the cast of the girls from One Piece and fucking in Bleach and every anime girl you've ever loved.
Yeah,
is coming to rip your fucking spine out of your back, right?
Oh yeah.
Robots. You're gonna thank them for it.
Robots' triumph over humanity isn't going to be, from bullets and bombs. It's going to be from watching humans hump themselves into extinction.
Does anybody remember Futurama, the episode about the robots,
exactly
where that was actually what led to the extinction of the world the first time after Fry fell asleep?
It's one of the
things that
it's sad. I mean, we gotta fix this between men and women and shit to get everybody coming back together. But at this point, the lonely epidemic for men is just like crazy right now.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there ain't shit I can do to fix women.
We have still a chance here. Like I think America has got the potential for that. And we haven't gone full on to Korea levels of shit.
No, we can flip this around. We just gotta get rid of a lot of this ideology and it's not just that the relationship between men and women, the economy too that plays a part in it.
Yes.
But yeah, man, we gotta fix this shit. You know what I'm saying?
All we have talking to each other again.
All we have to do is fix the economy and destroy feminism. Easy.
So
that's a simple. We could do that. We could get that simple.
But there are people right now who are having kids.
Yeah. I want to have more kids, even though Yeah, even though my daughter should be 18 next year, I still want to have more kids. So,
oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Why are you sorry? He's getting rid of that one to have a new one. So
that's how that works. If she's 18,
she's growing up. She's leaving eventually. She's much closer to gone than the baby.
No,
eventual baby.
That sounds frightening. It's like gotta be exciting, but it's gotta be scary.
Yeah, because my audience is like, dude, you want to start New Game Plus?
That's crazy.
I mean, you already went through it the first time. How bad can it be the second time around?
Yeah, and also I think about like imagine having a sibling, because like assuming you have this kid like soonish, like your kid's probably gonna be like 19, 20 by the time you have this new child, and it's like, yeah, imagine having a sibling that's like 20 years older.
Yeah, that's the sad part. Like me and her mom didn't work out because I wanted to have, at least like 3-4 kids and stuff, and they all together at least a year apart. Because now my daughter, she turned 18 next year, and I'm like, damn, imagine if I had at least 3 extra kids and they were all a year apart. They all about to move on and stuff, and then it'd just be me and her mom. We raised them all. They about to be adults and stuff, but didn't work that way. So I want more children.
Dude, I went to see, because I was curious to see like what is like the greatest age gap between siblings, right? And I went and a Reddit post came up. It was somebody asking this. The first fucking post is one of my coworkers is about 36 and has a 2-year-old brother. Holy fuck!
Jeez.
Oh, that's nuts. That's fucking wild, dude.
I always think it's wild when you have like an aunt that's younger than you because of.
Yeah, I have an uncle that's younger than me. Because when my mom was pregnant with my sister, my grandmom was my mom's mom was pregnant with my young uncle.
Wow.
Whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's like hard to like have that sibling connection where you're literally like several generations. You're like one or 2 generations apart from each other. That's rough.
I'll be honest, 5 years apart is also hard. Speaking from experience.
From people that I know who have that sort of situation going, not that fucking drastic, but where it's like he's 13 years older than his little sister. They don't have a sibling relationship. It's more like an uncle-niece relationship.
Yeah. Which, I mean, isn't necessarily harmful as long as they have a good, positive, loving relationship,
Yeah, absolutely. That's just nutty, man. But anyway, yeah. So we'll see how things pan out with the Give Up Machine, but it's probably not going to go good. All right, I did have one last. It's going to go
great with those ASMR headphones.
I did have one last thing. Once more, the bisecting or intersection of pop culture and politics. We got some weird shit going on in the UK. I mean, obviously, just every day is a new weird thing, but this one has to do with social media. So, that's Blue Skies. Well, I mean, this also includes the main story. So apparently, they're getting ready to, do restrictions on social media for people under the age of 16, right? Just across the board, TikTok, X, Snapchat, Instagram, all that shit. And to some extent, I can kind of get that. I can agree with that. I mean, I still think it should be the parents making those restrictions, not the government. But that's it.
And I certainly shouldn't have to deal with it since I have no children.
Yeah. The weird thing about this, though, is that for whatever the fuck reason, Blue Sky is not on that list of restricted apps.
Well, I'm shocked.
How are they going to groom children if they're not allowed on the Blue Sky?
That is the thing, isn't it? That's the rub, isn't it? Because I've heard about some weird shit been going on over. I don't have a Blue Sky myself, but I've heard.
I don't either.
Well, it's because you're not that kind of guy.
Yeah, I've heard.
I reserved my screen name over there just so that people couldn't go over. Like in the event I accidentally blew up or something real big, just so that people couldn't go over there and make posts as me.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I got one though.
I didn't even think about that, but that's actually that's smart.
That is smart.
But yeah, I have heard some stories of some weird shit going on over on Blue Sky. Some things, involving untoward happenings towards children. So I'm kind of curious as to why Blue Sky would not be on the list of dangerous websites for under 16s. That's
I don't know what's Prince Andrew up to.
Yeah,
well,
so
it's funny you mentioned the Prince Andrew, but not Prince Andrew. Keir Starmer. Apparently, his kids just passed this. So yeah, that's some thought to maybe there's some reasons why it's 16 specifically.
It's a bit odd. It's a bit strange. I don't quite get it. But I thought I had. Oh, here we go. A little more detail. Drafting a law to scan UK is drafting a law to scan every photo, video, and message on every phone in the country. Oh wait, that's older.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tech CEOs who refuse to implement this could face up to 5 years in prison. Oh God. What the fuck?
Yep.
Proposal would force companies to build device-level scanners that inspect content before encryption. That means every image scanned, every message inspected, every video analyzed, all directly on your phone. Oh God.
That is some fuckery.
Yeah. So older phones are going to be a premium over in the UK here soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Government and companies pushing these safety systems already have a terrible track record protecting user data. As we know, we talked about several instances on this podcast of data leaks of like tens to hundreds of thousands of people. So the fact that it's now just going to be scanning all your shit just as a background thing that's constantly on, that sounds horrific. That sounds actually like in terms of like identity theft and all that shit. That is. Oh yeah. I don't have a word.
Of people.
I can't think of a word worse than horrific, but it's worse than horrific. I don't know.
You're gonna be fucked by this. Truly.
That's nuts.
Yeah, last month, Europe's new age verification app, promoted as a way to keep children safe, was hacked in under 2 minutes. God damn it. God damn it, man. Another case, verification systems were exposed in a major breach.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. What do we even do with the UK at this point?
Let them fail.
Yeah.
Well, just to reinforce how silly of a place the UK actually is. So that under 16 ban, they actually voted that down back in April or March, and then they voted it down again in April. They're just allowed to keep pushing it until people vote for it because their government wants it.
Yep. Basically.
Like, who the fuck's actually gonna vote for this? Is the thing. Like,
well, you see, you make enough backroom deals, and eventually you flip people to, just vote for it.
It's obviously true. We wouldn't be where we are right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm making these noises, because I do know it's true and I hate it.
And I just like making you face the fact. Yeah, that's all. Because
I don't know, man. Yeah, the UK's lost. Fuck it. You know what? Whatever other stories come up, just whatever. It's gone. It's
okay.
It's over.
So little positive UK thing. The axe wielding little girl. They found her innocent, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you remember that story
That's
from
good.
a bit back.
I do remember that, and that's good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good shit. Now they can just do something about that guy who stabbed that kid the other day. Yeah, that'd be cool.
They'll give him a medal.
And the cops that handcuffed him as he was bleeding to death. That'd be if they can get them too, that'd be nice.
No. The guy who did the stabbing, I do believe he actually has gone to jail. Like he is.
Okay, good.
I believe the cops were allowed to resign.
Yeah, but with no punishment. Yeah.
Okay. Who's ready to take some questions?
I think we said
the
other thing first. Title.
Oh, right, title.
Because we
got quite a few. We got a good amount. So we got some call them hoodweebs. We got the house that 3D Titties built. I think that one's definitely got to go in.
Sure.
Because that pertains to our guest. So
yes, that would make sense.
It's very important.
We got illegal Beyblade battles, which
it's there.
I feel like that'd be changed. I should have written illegal Beyblade street fights, because that sounds Seems even crazier.
Yeah, it gets to be kind of long.
Yeah, fair. We got Eldritch Autism. I think that's pretty strong.
I think that's solid. I like that.
Got Rogue Cthulhite.
Fuck you.
I
fair. Personally want to see that one for no real reason. Just kind of resonate with it.
We got Gabe's Quarter Fleet. I think it's pretty strong. We got Shout Out to the Monster Fuckers, which of course we'd have to censor. And we got Extinction via Waifu Death Bots.
All right. So far I have the House of 3D Titties built and the Eldritch Autism in.
Yeah.
So what else do we want in there?
What about Gabe's Quarter Fleet? I think I like that one.
That one too. Mugen, you got any you feeling particularly strong about? It's for the title of the episode.
I do like the house built on what is it? 3D.
Yeah. Well, that one's already in there.
We set up a poll and let the audience vote on the title.
Okay.
So we got that one in there.
We go with 4 options, so we need one more option from the ones that we already. Yeah, if you want to, it's in the server. If you want to look at podcast title ideas, you can see the list that we put up.
Is that in the server? You said
yeah, okay. In the server, podcast title ideas. So we already got House of 3D Titties built, Eldritch Autism, and Gabe's Quarter Fleet. Right? Is that the 3 we got so far?
Yep, that's the 3 we have so far.
Quarter Fleet, illegal blade battle, autism. Extinction via waifu death bots.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one you want. Okay.
Yeah.
Put that in too.
All right, I will plug that in.
All right, so we got 4. Perfect.
All right.
So, we got any questions that we can answer?
Give me a second, and I'll tell you that. Gotta hit start on the thing.
Sorry, I always jump the gun on that, don't I?
And then I gotta go into the questions. There are no questions.
Fuck.
All right.
Well, I guess we can do the shilling in the meantime. Mugen, you wanna shill your stuff one more time before we go?
Oh yeah, sure. Yes, as I said before, you can go to my YouTube channel, VenusOrionComics. If you're interested and just wanting to know the process of being an independent creator, and it's not just towards just comic books, so it's just being an independent creator, like in general and stuff, especially if you have that dream, that goal to chase your dreams and stuff. I think it'd be a good inspiration for you to go check that out on VenusOrionComics.com. Not on my YouTube channel. Yeah, and you get some lore, backstory, and the process of how I started started Venus Orion Comics. And right there. Yep. So you can check out all that. I put my trailer up to Dr. Yolanda Briggs, the trailer to chapter 1 of Varion Keller's Vampire Killers. I got so much other stuff going on. I'm also planning a fan art contest as well. So you can win some cool stuff, some cool merch, and you can also win the comic for free and stuff like that as well. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of that. But yes, on my website, you can check that out, VenusOrionComics.com. I have the digital and I also have the physical if you're interested in that. And as far as my next project or my next comic release, which is chapter 2, that's going to be spring of 2027. And if you go to my website, you can check out my subscribe to my mail list, and it's free. So it costs you nothing. And that also keeps you informed. And you get free digital wallpapers by subscribing to my newsletter for Venus Orion Comics. So you can definitely do when you scroll down right there to join our newsletter. Yeah, you click on it, and then it takes you to the splash page. Put your email address, and it takes you in. You'll be part of the newsletter. So when I put it out, I do like a newsletter at least once a month, sometimes twice if something else comes up or whatever like that. But you have access to the link to the free wallpapers that I do upload occasionally and stuff. And then every once in a while I'll do some discount codes, so you can go to the website and use the discount codes for like the merch and things like that. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys for having me on and everything. And I almost forgot too. And I also did this.
What's
also did a custom arcade stick for Venus Orion Comics with my characters on the front and stuff like that. So
that's pretty cool.
I got my team and stuff on it. But that's pretty much it, man. I appreciate y'all guys having me on. Thanks.
Honestly, we appreciate having you here. Telling us about all the stuff you got going on, all your all your inspirations, your process, everything leading up to it. Like it's a cool story, man. I'm really looking forward to seeing like what you and your team end up, doing in the future.
Thanks.
I'll be watching your career with great interest.
Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, we very much enjoyed all your commentary on all the stories we talked about. I hope you had fun. Hope you had a good time.
I definitely had fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. We'll definitely have to hang out again sometime, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like I said, normally too, when I have my podcast on my MugenLord channel, I have guests on. I would love to invite you guys on at some point on my channel, so my audience get a chance to check you guys out and stuff like that.
When you typically do your podcast?
Bro, it's inconsistent. I try to do it because especially what's been going on with VenusOrionComics, man, it messed everything up. Because I used to have like a consistent, like, I would have my Game Fiends podcast with my brothers like every Wednesday, and then on Fridays I would have mine or whatever like that. But man, things been so out of whack recently and stuff. I've been inconsistent with the streams, but I definitely will hit y'all up before the year's out and try, because I have a lot of people I gotta bring on, try to get everybody on, and everything. Because a lot of you guys, like, I really appreciate the fact is that you guys had me come on, and I would definitely want to give back, because trust me, I will blow up someday. You know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to come to this platform and also benefit from that as well, because your guys gave me a chance, and those who didn't give me a chance, now the door's closed. You know what I'm saying? The door's closed.
I'm gonna be looking to get on that voice actor roster.
Oh yeah. Listen, that's important. I also tweet on my MugenLord and my VenusOrionComics, and I'll make a video about the auditions as well. Also in my Game Fiends Discord as well, I'll put out a tag or a message to let everybody know that, hey, these auditions are going down and stuff like that, so everybody will have a chance. And like I said, you don't have to be a professional voice actor or anything, and the goal is for the voice acting, like, if you get the part, you're the official voice for that character. So if any new projects come up that involves that character and I need voice acting, I'll be contacting you, like, hey, got some new work for you and stuff like that. So that's how it works.
Once he hires you, take care of your goddamn voice.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, I'll have one extra backup person just in case something happens, and that person can come fill in and stuff like that. But yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, I can voice the not blacks. Just
like when I do my hentai, when I hire voice actors, I've been hiring voice actors since 2016 for my 3D hentai beauties, because I go by the alias Zalis from 3D hentai beauties. But yeah, I've hired a lot of voice actors, which caught me by surprise. Like I had like this one black character that was part of my series that I had. And I mean, I put the audition out, people doing the voices and stuff. And then one day, I had this voice actor contact me because he wanted to know how they wanted this line to be said, and he wanted to get on the video for the black guy and stuff like that. And I looked, it was a white dude. I was like, his voice, so I was convinced he was a brother. I was fucking convinced. I said, "Bro, you fucking fooled me." He started blushing. He said, "Oh, thanks. You think I sound like a black guy?" I said, "Bro,
man, I was kind of hoping you were gonna tell us that he sounded like a white dude trying to sound like a black dude, because that would be so perfect for like the porn acting like trope, right?" Like,
same thing with this one black girl, that black woman I worked with for like 6 years, and I never thought once she was a black woman until I did the same thing again. She wanted to get this one line correctly and make sure she got it correctly, and I finally heard her actual natural voice, and then she got on the thing. I said, "Oh shit, she's black." Oh, she's like a white girl. The way she did those characters, she did a lot of white characters and stuff. She sounded perfect. That's the magic of voice acting, like you can play anybody you want and stuff like that. As long as you play the part, you know the part, and you fit the essence of that character, there's nothing wrong,
Good shit. I love to see.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, solid. So then, Rada, what you got coming up? Anything?
I'm gonna stream on Thursday, and then I'm gonna stream on Friday, 7 Days to Die. Thursday will probably be more Neo 3. Hopefully I will beat the asshole that I'm working on, but
you can do it. I believe in you. We made it through Bloodborne, Roddy. You can do this.
This guy's kind of a dick. I don't know. I mean, actually, he's a lot easier than the lightning lady I faced a couple times ago. It's just, for some reason, I'm having some problems getting his patterns down. But I hated her more than I hate him.
I do need to get on that game, though.
Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, right. 7 Days to Die Friday. Baldur's Gate 3 on Saturday. I probably won't be streaming on Sunday because I have to go to a family barbecue. Hang out with, family.
Yeah.
And then that's basically it. I'll be back here on Tuesday with Jazz over there and Bear and Asta will be back, and that's what we got.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Our Brazilian porn artist.
All right, before I get into my stuff, what's our results on the vote?
Our results on the vote are oh Jesus Christ, I'm surprised that flipped because it was last time I looked at it the house of 3D titties built, but no, Eldritch Autism has pulled ahead.
Amazing. Love it. Good shit.
I'm not sad with that.
All right. Well, chat, as for yours truly, I'm still kind of trying to reconstruct my schedule. As you guys know, I've been going through some stuff on the IRL side of things, but everything's stabilizing again, which is good, which means I am going to be having a bit of a new schedule, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do as far as streams go. In that regard, I hope that I will be able to stream tomorrow evening, though, after I get back from work. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. Maybe I'll finally get back to Monster Hunter Stories 3. Maybe I'll just do some more Dead Disco, because I do have a bit more to do in that game. We'll see. We'll see what I'm feeling like. But I hope I will see you guys there on the Digital Soul Spark YouTube channel, or Twitch, or I guess I also stream on fucking Twitter, X, but nobody usually ever watches it. Whatever, is what it is. Sorry, I had a phlegm. So hopefully I'll see you guys all there for that, and then of course I will be here back here. Well, oh shit, I was gonna say what's today? Tuesday? Yeah.
Yes.
Thursday will definitely. Sorry, my schedule's all fucked up and weird because I used to work weekends, man.
Over here.
My concept of time was so fucking weird because I used to work weekends, like 12-hour days on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and my days off would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I was all backwards, and now I'm gonna be like sort of forwards again, except my schedule is gonna be fucking Wednesday through Saturday. So it's still gonna be a weird schedule I'm gonna be on, but it's anyway.
I get it, man. Time, letters, numbers. They're arcane and eldritch to you.
Listen. I'm still doing better than the Zoomers are right now. At least that
you are. So. Holy shit! You can at least kind of read.
At least I can read. Yeah, we will definitely be doing some more Marvel Rivals on Thursday for sure. We're gonna check out Cyclops. He's in the game now, and he's doing stupid bullshit. So we're gonna see if we can actually get in there and play him some, or if the auto lockers are gonna beat us to him. But whatever, we're gonna have some fun. And then of course I will definitely be back here on Tuesday, as Rada said. We're gonna do another Offensive Tron podcast. Asa will be back with us because that's a non-guest week, and we're gonna just talk about everything that's been going on between now and then. However much that actually ends up being. It couldn't be that much.
Oh. Jesus Christ.
That shit.
They hate me because I do that. I do that every time.
And then a whole bunch of shit happens. I blame him specifically.
He is responsible, yes.
At any rate, we'll see you guys all next time. Thank you all so much for being here. Take care of yourselves. Go eat some food, drink some water, get some fucking sleep. And just take care of yourselves in general. We'll see you guys next time. Later.
Bye. Bye-bye.